We rise together. We build together. We grow together. We scale forever. Start with a spark now. It's fire in our hands. Dreams into numbers. Building empires on demand. Traffic is flowing. The leads never fail. Health, wealth, success. It's all in the scale. Scale, scale, scale. Rise up high and never fail. Scale, scale, scale. From the vision to the trail. Scale, scale, scale. Every profit, every sale, we're one. We're strong. Together we belong. Scale, scale, scale. Click after click, watch the momentum grow. From sea to the summit, everybody knows no limits here. We rewrite the tale. It's mine, it's body, it's life, it's go. Faster, stronger, breaking through. Everything multiplies when we do. Community of power, we will prevail. The future is ours when we shout. Scale, scale, scale. Rise up high and never frail. Scale, scale, scale. From the vision to the trail. Scale, scale, scale. Every profit, every sale, we're one. We're strong. Together we belong. School your dreams, I'll school your life. School your wealth, I'll school your tribe. Scale.
All right, everybody. Scale. That was a pretty awesome song, wasn't it? Love AI. Love being able to make things like that with AI. Kevin says, awesome song. I think I also saw Pierre Newell or Peter said the same thing. Lots of you popping in here for the SCALEATHON. Let's see. Matt entered the studio. We won't add him to stage yet. Matt, hey, if you can just change your avatar so you don't confuse us. Just click the 3 buttons there, Matt. I think, and it changes your avatar. All right, everybody, we're seeing you all excited in here. We're going to go for, oh my goodness, we're going to try to go quick. We have a lot to talk about today. So be prepared for a minimum of 2 hours, probably 2.5 hours that we're going to be doing here. Checking in from St. Louis, Missouri is Dan Walker. We have Scalers. Oh, so we're asking what are your names? You'll always be Groovesters. Brad Case, welcoming you all that way. All right, everybody. The stream comments are popping in, but we've got a lot to cover, so we're gonna jump right in today. I'm excited. Today we're gonna keep the. It's gonna be difficult. We're gonna keep the hype level down and just stay with the facts. But you know me. I'm excited about these things. So if you got the email, let me just see here. Bear with me just a second. Let me go into this and pull this up. I got to share my screen. I'm not sharing my screen yet, obviously, so don't worry. But in case you didn't see the email, let's log in. Bear with me just a second. I'm going to log into my Chrome. Cancel. We don't need to do recovery phone right now. Okay, just a second, guys. I also need to log in. as Mike. Should have had this one logged in. I haven't been downstairs to my computer in a while. We'll talk about that in just a second. A lot of big announcements to make here. Let me just get this set up. I had to wait for Matt Seralta to get to my house so that he could watch my mom. I'll explain that, but we're not going to go too deep into that deep dive. So Mike at Groove Digital. And let's see. All right. So I'll share this screen right here just for a moment. Let's see. Open settings. Okay, use password. I haven't been on my computer here in like a little while, so now it's making me redo some settings.
Whoops, looks like Mike just popped off for just a second, so bear with him while he's back. There he goes.
I clicked allow, and then it said allow and restart browser. So let's do that. Sorry, thank you, Simon, for jumping in there real quick. And thank you, Amy. Share screen. Let's see how this looks. Entire screen. Let's do this one. And all right, we'll share my screen in there. This was a little email that we sent out. I'll make this a little bit bigger for you guys to read. So I'll just read this so that this is gives you the premise of the stream today, if you didn't see the email. So today at 1:30 p.m. we are going live with the biggest update in Groove.cm history, and you're going to want to see this one live. We are unveiling 17 brand new products, including 7 promised future apps you've been waiting for, meaning you don't pay for these. That is Pipe CRM, Help Desk. There's also a lead finder tool that we'll be showing you, a quiz, survey builder, calendar software, funnel mapper, and simulation tool. Because you're a lifetime member, you'll be getting all of these for free. Of course, this is if you're a lifetime member as promised. So we're going to be showing you those today. As we said here, the other 2. So we said there's 5. There's 7. So those are those 5 plus these 2. Lead finder and invoice software. So you're going to be getting that. I see Lisa's excited. She says, woohoo. All right. Big update for Groove.ai members as well. We're going to be giving you access to 4 new AI platforms. We'll be talking about those platforms today. So you'll see all 4 of those new, and we'll be talking about the future of Groove.ai. Major company announcement. ClickBank competitor that we have coming out in probably right after the New Year's when we get back from the Marketers Cruise. We'll be talking about that. Updates to Groove.cm. The free plan is now moving to platform fees. Lifetime members will never have to pay those platform fees. So you pay 5% of all your sales. That's going to be going into play soon. The debut of our new AI, this should just be course platform, and our new AI platform. It merged those 2. That's what happens with AI sometimes. So let's just copy this and do this. There you go. You get those 2. And the official rebranding we'll be talking about of our new company, Monarch Labs, which acquired Groove Digital LLC. We'll be talking about that. And then there should be one more thing in here. It left out the biggest thing in there. And the biggest thing is that we're going to be introducing you to our new partner today. We have a new partner in Groove that we've teased about. We haven't given you, I'll give you the one hint right now. We haven't given you her name, and you're going to be getting an introduction to her probably in about 10 to 20 minutes or so. And we'll be talking about that. So let me hide my screen here. And I believe that we can do that just by doing this. And remind me, guys, if you can, if I start sharing my screen and I forget to actually share the screen. All right. So today is October 7th. It's about 10 months now since a lot happened with Groove. We're not going to really talk too much about it, but a chain of events happened early in January that put into motion a lot of different things. And one of them was sending me to start my own company. I started a company called Monarch. And there was a lot of products that I wanted to create that I couldn't create when we were in Groove because you have to stay focused. And we created a lot of new products in that company. The company exploded. It started doing very, very well. And then there was an opportunity for me to come back into Groove. The way that all worked out was that we ended up buying John Cornetta out. So John was bought out. And then it was me, Matt, and Donna. And recently, Donna was also bought out. So she will always be in the hearts of you and us as a Groovester, but she is no longer a shareholder in the company. She's no longer part of the day-to-day. Who knows? Maybe in the future, one day, she'll pop up on a live stream. I couldn't promise you that. That would really be onto her. Donna is moving on to a new phase in her life, chasing her dreams with her YouTube channel and starting art passions, and she's doing some consulting for other companies. So that left Matt and I. And Matt had a discussion on whether or not I would run two separate companies and have Groove with Matt and also have Monarch by myself. And Matt and I realized that me taking my time and going from Monarch and doing this and saying, Matt, I have to disappear for a month or whatever, was not going to be in the best interest of our customers on either one of the companies. So what we did is we formed a new company called Monarch Labs, LLC. And that company acquired Groove Digital and basically through a merger. And in order to do that, there was a third partner that came on board. And we'll just refer to her as her and she until I give her name in just a minute. And I do believe she's backstage. She's not showing her camera yet. So Sonia, just so you know, we don't see your camera in the lobby. If you do put your camera on, that's okay. Nobody will see you until you come on. Okay, great. I see your camera. So now they'll be able to see your face. But don't worry, they're not seeing you until I say, Sonia, are you ready? You'll give me a thumbs up and then we'll bring you in. Oh, hey, now you know her name. There you go. There you go. So anyway, I planned it that way. That was just a joke. You guys should have picked up on that. All right. So I see you guys laughing in the lobby there. All right. So what happened was I have to be careful because this involves the purchasing of some other companies that don't want people knowing that they might be purchased. So we had an opportunity. We had a friend that contacted us and said, hey, my company is for sale. We liked it. And we're just going to leave it at that. I don't want to lead. It's nobody's business that it was up for sale. He had his reasons. They were. We'll just leave them at that. Again, this is personal business of other people, and the less clues that I give. And I said, "Wow, that's really, really interesting." And I contacted Matt, and I said, "Hey, you're not going to believe who called me and said they're interested in selling their company." By the way, that deal didn't go through for a number of reasons, but I'm giving you the story of how things happened. So, the price was somewhere around $750,000, but we knew that we could buy it with a couple of $100,000 down. And the company was so profitable, we would have been able to pay it off in about 10 months just with the existing profits of the company. So it was basically, hey, if we can come up with a couple of $100,000, the revenue that the company is making right now will pay itself off in 10 years, and then we'll own it, and it'll have close to $100,000 a month in revenue and $75,000 a month in profit. It was an insane opportunity. The question was, where do we come up with $200,000? Groove could certainly use $200,000. And Matt said, well, I have options. I could talk to my dad. I had that loan for my house that I never took. I could do that. And again, we saw this as an opportunity for us to bring additional revenue into the company. And then he said, and I have a neighbor, and I'll tell you a little bit about her in a minute when we bring her on, who's extremely successful. And we were talking, and she kind of like hinted that, hey, she's reached the pinnacle of where she is, and she can put that on autopilot. We'll talk about that in just a minute. And she said that she's interested in looking at new aspects of a future for entrepreneurship and investments. And I said, oh, well, that'll be great. And I said, let me put together a plan. And I said, you know what, Matt, it's going to be just that company, just that one particular company. if she says, well, what about Groove? I'm going to prepare an option B. And Sonia's probably laughing because she remembers this. It was all put on a whiteboard. And I said, Sonia, here's an opportunity. This is option A. And you could come in, but it'll be a separate company and it'll do this and that. And I said, and this is option B. And option B would be to come in as basically, call it an equal partner, right? Like the equity is near equal with all three partners. And I said, there'll be a couple of different moves that we'll have to make. She was certainly very interested in Monarch and the new products and some of the products that you're going to see today, and a little bit of the baggage with Groove.ai. I'm sorry, with Groove.cm and all the baggage and everything like that. That's why we said, okay, let's create this company Monarch that has no baggage, and we'll just acquire Groove and have the intellectual property. So the customers, it doesn't matter, but it's a much better on paper structure and investment and protection and all these different things. So I propose option B, and that would be investment for ownership in the company. Come right on board, and we'll make this company run together. Like anything, we negotiated for about a month to 6 weeks, and in the last 3 days, the negotiations were 6 times a day, and then final crossing T's and dotting I's, and the nervousness of going to the bank and is this done, writing the check and forming the company and everything like that, and sure enough, Monarch Labs was born, and Donna was bought out, John was bought out, little partners along the way. All the contracts were done. This is a clean new company now that has 3 new partners. And I want to first tell you about Sonia, and then I'm going to bring her on so that she can say hello. And we're going to talk about some of the things that she'll be doing in the company in the future. And man, is she a rock star, guys. Get ready to meet one of the most, if not the most incredible, successful entrepreneurs that I've had the pleasure of meeting. So her name is Sonia Paez. Go Google her. If you want, put Sonia Paez, Mary Kay. Now, I want you to know that call it about 25, 30 years ago, Sonia one day will tell you this story, so I'll leave it for her. But, just like anybody else, she was approached for Mary Kay, and she said, not only am I going to do this, I'm going to become the most successful person in history of Mary Kay. And so sure enough, Sonia Paez is the number 2, and she'll tell you I don't get these names right, but she has the number 2 organization in the company. She'll correct me with all of these names. My wife's in Mary Kay, by the way, with Andrea, Matt's wife, underneath Sonia. And that's how we got to know her. She lives in Wellington, in the same neighborhood, about 2 blocks away from Matt. She was on the Marketers Cruise last year. Some of you might have met her. She's part of our Boca Speakeasy mastermind here, and we've gotten close with her over the years, and that's how that relationship came up. And so, yes, she drives a pink Cadillac SUV Escalade. And let me tell you this. Her organization did, I'm not going to say, because I don't know the rules of Mary Kay, and I don't know if these things are allowed to be said. So I'll leave that up for her. We're going to bring her on in just a minute. But she's the number 2 representative in all of Mary Kay. And the person that's number 1, that's above her, is the person that recruited Sonia. So you could imagine much of the success. I want to give that other person a lot of success. They're number 1. But you can imagine a lot of the growth underneath her from Sonia helped propel that her sponsor to number 1 as well. So I want you to think before we bring her on. I bet she's cool. Elia says, yes. And I think I said that wrong. That was Leah. Yes, she. This is what I want to do as we bring her on. I want you to imagine the type of person it would take to become the number 2, call it number 1, but let's say number 2 person in any type of organization like Mary Kay, Melaleuca, Herbalife, or anything like that. This is not the type of thing that you can do by luck. It just doesn't happen that way. It's not like, and not putting anybody down like a Mark Cuban or even me one day if Groove would happen to sell for, hundreds of millions of dollars. That requires a lot of luck. In order to build an organization, you need grit, intelligence, personality, charisma, confidence, and willing to put in the work. Like you just cannot go out and just oh, I found that one person, they're going to build it for me. There's so many different things that go into that. So without further ado, everybody, Sonia, give me a thumbs up here, and I'm going to bring you in. Matt, if you want to come on, I'm going to pop you in off camera as well so that you could say hi. And there we go. We've got Matt and Sonia. Sonia, good to see everybody. This is your first official reveal here.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sonia Paez, and thank you, Mike, for that introduction. That was amazing. I'm so excited to introduce myself as a new co-owner of Groove.
Monarch Scale.
I don't know. But after more than 30 years of this incredible experience and success in the direct selling industry, I am so excited and thrilled to bring that knowledge, that passion and vision to my new chapter. So I truly believe Groove is in the position of something extraordinary. I believe we're going to make this great. And I can't wait to help you take this company and all of you to the next level. So I'm really, really excited.
Very good. And as you can see, Sonia is not only a powerful woman, which is so well needed in this industry. She is also Latina. That gives us a bunch of options to explore the Latin market. Sonia is in the middle of writing a book. She is going to be doing courses, empowerment, and she was jumped into the lion's den. It's like, all right, Sonia, your partner. Now we got to go do a launch. What's going on? What does a launch mean? All these different. Obviously, she knows, but seeing it from the inside, on the meetings, I'm sure is like exciting. And she chases me down. Mike, get me a copy of that recording of the meeting. What courses can I learn? I want to learn everything about this business. And I'm going to say a little thing about Sonia, and this is not teasing. This will tell you why a person like this is who they are. The things that I say, she's like, well, I want to learn the webinars. I want to be able to do the webinars if you're ever sick. And I have to hold myself back because I say to myself that my reaction sometimes is like, well, Sonia, in my head, this is my internal dialogue. There's a certain way that webinars got to be, and then I slap myself in the face. I'm like, who the hell are you to question the queen of direct selling? She will figure it out. Give her the course. She'll watch a couple of webinars, and she'll be great at these things. She is a master at direct selling, and this is a little story that I think will talk to her mindset. Right? We go to the Vault. This is Patrick Bet-David's event in Orlando last month. We happen to be in there. When the tragedy happened with Charlie Kirk, we were actually in the room. And while we were there were 10,000 other entrepreneurs. Patrick Bet-David is building something really, really incredible. He had Martha Stewart there. He had the guy from the TV show, the movie Air, I think it was, with Michael Jordan, where it was Michael Jordan's manager. They had him talk, and the keynote speaker was Tony Robbins. And while we were driving down, I said, Sonia, have you ever seen Tony Robbins speak? She said, I've heard of Tony. I know of his books, and I know of his programs and stuff. And I've seen him. I think I've seen him on Netflix, but I've never seen him live. And I said, oh, well, seeing him live is different. Now, look, Tony, I think, is in his 70s now. Forgive me, Tony, if you're not, if you're in your late 60s, I apologize. But, and his voice is really gone. Tony kind of talks like this now. It's kind of hard to hear him. He's talked so much that he's practically lost his voice. And I said, when you see Tony in person, it's going to be like fantastic. So she's there, she's taking notes and everything. And after it was all said and done, I said, hey, Sonia, so what did you think of Tony? And she said, he was good, but you know what? I see myself on that stage next year. Who do you know, that can get me on that stage? And again, so I want you to see that this fearless attitude that here's a person that sees Tony Robbins on stage with Patrick Bet-David, and obviously she's on stage. She at the highest stages, at the highest level at Mary Kay. Like they call her, they consult for her how to break into new markets. She's so well respected there. And her first thing is, I belong on that stage next year. And again, rather than me saying, oh, well, that's going to be tough, I actually start thinking to myself, well, I'm in Patrick Betts David Cigar Lounge Mastermind. I see him a couple of times a year. Matt was literally at the podcast last week with Eric Trump. We're part of this exclusive inner circle. And I'm like, you know what? If that has to happen, then I'll put some things into motion to make that happen. So, Sonia, tell people a little bit about you. It's your turn to talk. Like I said, I didn't want to say too many of those things, and I don't like to say the size of your organization because I know Mary Kay is very strict, and I don't want to, I don't know the rules, so I want to leave that. But tell your story so people can know a little bit more about you.
Well, I started my business over 36 years ago when I just came to this country. And actually, when they brought me to the business, they told me that I could do a career with Mary Kay. And that really impacted me because I was like, okay, a career selling. I never sold anything before, but I realized that there were women there who were doing exactly the same thing, using products for their skincare. And I said, I can learn this. So when I came to this country, I only had 2 jobs, one in a body shop, and that's where I met the consultant. And she came with a pink Cadillac. Somebody asked me if I had a pink Cadillac, and just by seeing that car, that really excited me. And I know it was a Cadillac, so we really fixed cars there. And I was like, okay, that's over $40,000 car. And I said, wow, Mary Kay really gives you that car. So basically, I asked her, I said, what a beautiful car. And she said, you could earn one too. So I went to the meeting and I started my business. So the rest is history. And I believe that anything that you're willing to work on and if you're willing to learn and you can achieve. So I'm very excited because in the 3 decades that I've been doing business, I learned not only how to sell, but I learned how to know people, how to build people, how to connect the need with the opportunity. Because once you really understand what you're doing, what you're offering, and what they're looking for, that's where really the connections come. And to me, I love doing that. I love working with people and I love helping them to find the best version of themselves. So now that I'm here, I mean, we have really a great organization right now. We have thousands of consultants, hundreds of directors, and we have a lot of nationals, which is the position that I have. But what I love the most is that what I came here and I saw what we do, and I mean, marketing, I mean, I'm so passionate about this. And just seeing Mike, I'm like, I want to learn, I want to be like him. So I know how to do this, but I want to learn this. So we really, Matt and Mike, I'm so excited to work with them because they really know what they're doing, but they're passionate about it. They're giving 100%. And I'm someone who like to give the best. And I believe that we're going to make this company the best. So this is not just going to be us, but it's going to be all of us together.
Yeah, thank you, Sonia. And look, guys, we're not going to get into the details, but like we said, we're sort of equal partners, in the equity. But we'll say this one time and we'll leave it there. Sonia coming on was a blessing for the company because with everything that was going on, we were sort of breaking even for like 2 years. And when you're breaking even, I think everybody knows when you get 2 bills, right? You get bill A and you get bill B, and you're like, honey, we got to pay the rent. We promised the landlord we'd never be late again, but we also have to pay the car insurance. And if we don't pay this by Tuesday, then we lose our insurance and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, what do you do, right? And so we all know what life is like during those times. So, Groove went through a lot of those times where it's like, hey, we got to pay this bill, or we also got to pay the health insurance for the employees and all these different things. And so, as we said, we'll say this one time and we'll leave it there, and we will not get into the details. But Sonia coming in and participating and buying her equity gave Groove a shot in the arm, and that money is dispersed over 2 years, which helps us instantly get rid of all of those different problems. And Matt and I keep saying the mantra that there's a difference between having money in the bank and making money, right? So the putting the money in the bank doesn't mean that we just go out and we spend it all on all these different things. We're extremely frugal with it. To this date, we've hired 2 people additional into the company, and they're both developers to help us with these applications that you're going to see that Matt and I essentially created ourselves. And now we want people to go in and just button them up. And then finally, we hired an affiliate manager, but that person is coming on, getting 8% of the JVs that they get, and no salary. There's a draw against their future incomes, but it's not a salary. And possibly 2 additional people that are going to help in a fulfillment in this agency work that that we're not going to get into on this call. But there's a new division in the company that requires a sales team. I think you get where that's going, and different things like that. So we love what we can do with AI. We can do all the marketing with a 2-man team, me being one of them, with AI. We're going to show you some really exciting things today. But yes, Groove, Monarch, etc. And I'll explain scale and all these different things when we go. As a blessing, you guys, when you see Sonia, give her a real big hug. She came in like a maiden, and just completely infused. I can't tell you enough that when Matt doesn't have to call me every day to talk about a problem, that what we can actually do is we can market. And we are on a tear. We show up with a smile on our face. So Sonia, welcome to the team. Thank you so much. You're going to be well appreciated by all the people here. And now we have, Sonia, a couple of other things. You said that you came here when you were a kid. What country and how old were you when you came?
I was 17 and I came from El Salvador.
El Salvador. And at that time, El Salvador, believe it or not, I think Bukele, I think his name, is one of the safest countries in the world. 5 years ago, it was the most dangerous country in the world. What was it like 17 years ago?
Yes, it was the civil war, and basically it was the guerrillas. So I was going to the school, and sometimes we have to get off the buses because they said, even you stayed, but we're going to burn this bus. So get off and go to another one. So that was the way that life was.
Oh my God.
Really dangerous. Yes. When I came to this country.
Yeah, I got to tell you, there's a lot of things that I talk about sometimes now, and I'm always holding myself back from tears. I don't know, maybe I've got too much estrogen going on in my body. But when I think of your story, the American dream. I've seen folks. I've seen Sonia's house, right? And I got to tell you, this is not nepotism. This is not what is the word that they like to say these days? Privilege. Right? This is the opposite of privilege. This is the American dream. This is a person that came from a war-torn, literally civil war-torn country. People dying left and right, getting out of that country, coming to the United States, I know that she said that she was in Long Island, New York. She met her husband there. To becoming a multi-millionaire living in a beautiful home in Wellington, Florida. And when you know how she did it with Mary Kay, it is self-made. There is not an ounce of privilege. So I'm a big person. I don't like to preach in these things, but I believe in upbringing, and I believe in the positive messages that you get from your family. And if we have to get away from telling people they're victims. We have to get away from using these things like systemic and all of these things. Those things may exist, but you cannot call yourself a victim, because as soon as you buy into that for 1 second, then you feel that somebody else is better than you subconsciously. And we want to promote that empowerment that Sonia brings, being a person from I don't know if you would call that a third world country, but if it's not, it's close to it, right? And coming with a can-do attitude, and that energy is gonna become infectious and groove. Sonia is very, very excited. She, by the way, she has her own studio in Wellington. She knows her way around the camera, so she's very excited in the coming months. Maybe even at the end of October or early November, she's going to be doing her own live streams. She's going to be putting together things, popping up. We're going to be mailing, and she's going to be putting together itineraries about personal development, networking. This is networking marketing. So talk about somebody that knows networking, and we'll teach you how to apply that to networking to get affiliates. We're going to have a lot of fun with that. And now I'm going to turn it over to Matt to make some comments while he gets his microphone ready. Matt told me today, He's upstairs taking care of my mom. We'll talk about that in just a minute. Matt rushed over here today and he said, I don't have to be on camera. I said, no, Matt, just your voice will do. Your beautiful French voice. So Matt, if anything you want to say with Sonia before we move on to the next part.
Oh, no. First of all, thank you, Mike, for the introduction and giving all the back story. And more than anything, welcome, Sonia. It's been still cool to know you as a friend. And also one of the things I've had that maybe we haven't shared much with Mike is all the cool stories that you've shared with me along the way of creating this venture with Mary Kay. So I can tell you how excited I am to work with you, to you joining the team. You have given us already so many cool ideas that I think it's almost overwhelming, the amount of things that we can do. So I want to share with you how grateful I am and how much I'm looking forward to work with you, to listen and share. And we're already doing a bunch of things that the users are waiting for, so they're going to get to find out today. And then with everything that we're going to do together, we're going to start delivering a lot more than people are even expecting. Mm-hmm. Thank you for joining the team. I'm looking forward to working with you and with Mike, obviously. So I'm going to turn it back over to you, Mike, because I was in a full geek mode there when you got me on the spot.
Yeah. Be prepared for that, Matt. I might be bringing you on at random times. And we also have a dear friend down in the lobby, Amanda. Give me a thumbs up if you're ready, Amanda. So I'm going to just bring Amanda on just to say hi to Sonia. They'll be getting to know each other. And she's been asking me, who is this person? And, all these different things. So Amanda,
welcome
meet Sonia.
so much.
So Amanda is our brand ambassador, and we've said that in the future, if there's a place for Amanda and she's ready for it in the company, we're going to try to work for that because she can do a lot for us. She literally. I get her little messages, and I know what they are. They're kind of like, I'll be on the live stream just so you know. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll let you in the lobby, because she helps us with courses.gg updates, feedback. She's kind of like almost like this mini proxy product manager for the customers, and she's tallying up stuff that we need for courses.gg and for affiliate pages. And she's always saying, hey, if you need any help with this, let me know. I'll love to beta test it. And so she comes on here because she even has some information. I'm just going to be frank with you guys. I don't do much with social media. I've got my head buried in code and running the company, and they let me know, hey, this is going on in the Facebook group, and I come in and I make a post and I pop out. I got to do better. I'm just I'm a Generation X guy. I'm going to be 58 years old, and I'm not. I've got 2 posts on Instagram my whole life. I understand the power of social media. We use it for marketing, but we have people like Amanda and Simon that are in the group, and she will come to me and say, hey, Mike, just so you know, the members are saying this. And I'm like, yeah, but when we were on the call last week, I said that there would be an update on this date. And she's like, yeah, but not everybody there was on the call, so you might want to make a post or something. So, and we also, I think we have, Brad Case also helps us as well as a moderator, and he's constantly hitting me up in WhatsApp and letting me know what people are saying. And plus, we have good friends like Pierre Newell, Peter, and he was on the Marketers Cruise. And this year, I don't think Sonia can make it. She has a conflict with Mary Kay. They need her on stage somewhere, unfortunately. But Amanda, I'll turn it just over to you, and so that you and Sonia can get to know each other, and then we'll get moving on.
I am so excited to see you join the Groove Scale Monarch infrastructure. I think, and your smile, it's so genuine, like you're just glowing, and I think you've just brought a huge breath of fresh air. So I'm really excited to see. And of course, I love the woman power. So, and I was a Mary Kay kid. So I was a Mary Kay kid. So before you even started.
So I can call now. So I have you in my agenda already.
There you go. Okay. Thanks, Mike. I'm excited.
Very good.
Pass it back.
Yeah, and all right, I'm gonna let you guys go, and I'm gonna jump on in. And Sonia, stick around if you want. Watch it on your phone, put it on your big TV, whatever you want. And if you have anything to say, or Amanda, just do the waves down there and let me see you, because I don't think you have access to add yourself. And so just give a little wave if you want to come in, and me and Simon, or if Matt sees it, we'll let you pop back in. All righty. All right, everybody, do me a favor in the chat. blow it up for Sonia there. We really, really appreciate the love there, and it'll make her very, very happy to see that. And remember, Sonia, there's a 7-second delay for them to hear this. So sometimes if you're like, wow, nobody loves me, it's like, no, and then it just all will flood in. All right. So okay, everybody, let me shut. I guess somebody else's. She worked for it. Absolutely. Oh my goodness. Leave that one on. Go back to David Lemon, whoever did that. Welcome. Thanks for getting our groove back, Sonia. David, we'll have to talk again soon, David. Great to see you on here. Really, really great to see you on here. Really appreciate it. All right. All these great names. Okay, so you know what I need to do, Simon? Can you do me a favor? Can you tap dance for a minute? I need to run to the back to the kitchen, get like a Sprite Zero or something, or a water. I am so parched, and we're going to come back. Oh, you know what we're going to do? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to restart the Scaleathon with a song in a minute when I go get that. I want to let you know a couple of things, just little updates, personal life, why we had to cancel the Scaleathon last week. So my mom was in the hospital 3 weeks ago for 2 full weeks. And I'll be transparent with you guys. But anything I would say to you, I would say in front of my mom. My mom's not well. She was born in 1942. So that means in March, she's going to be 84 years old. My dad, he was born in 38. So he's going to be 87 years old, and he looks like he's 72, right? My mom, was born in Haiti, Caribbean food, rice and beans, Mazola corn oil, not the healthiest life. And it's sort of caught up with her. We joke that she's 4 years past her expiration date. She had a stroke during COVID. She has congenital heart failure. She has swollen legs. She has blood sugar problems. She has a carotid artery. She has sciatica pain. She's got rheumatoid arthritis, and she can't even get out of a bed. And my brother had her for 6 years. I don't want to get into how much that's affected him and his personal life and his kids and everything, but he said, Mike, I really need you to take care of mom. And so I took mom, and we're talking to her about getting into, I forget the name, something with a P, palliative care, something like that. You guys know better than me, or possibly hospice. She has good days and bad days. Today I'm like, oh my God, my mom's literally back up walking around with a walker today. She's on oxygen, and literally, we started thinking that, she might have like 2 weeks to live. Every night I go to bed, I think tonight might be that night, but she is having a good day today. So she needs 24-hour care. And she came to live with me last year when we had to do the Scaleathon. Literally came home the day before. And, old people sometimes, trying to get to the bathroom, things don't always make it on time and stuff. And I've never even had kids, right? So this was a major change for me. And not complaining or anything. I'm like, hey, my mom was there for me at the worst times when I was constipated as a kid. You can only imagine, how much I love my mom. But for somebody that doesn't have kids, this is something that, like, okay, I'm scared to get on a live stream because if my mom calls me, I've got to go. And like, you know what it's like with old people. You're just scared they're going to fall. And sometimes they're just overly, I don't need your help. No, you don't have this. You really don't. We also have one of these beds, modern beds are like this friggin' tall. And like, for an adult, you got to like jump in to get. That's the only bed we got with my mom. She refuses to let me get the box spring off. We have a step for her to get down. There's a wheelchair there. I've like created like a maze for her to walk through. And so I've got my mom. She's, Livia Soprano in The Sopranos and the nursing home. That's my mom. She doesn't want to go. Matt was here the other day. Michelle and I had to go to New York for Michelle's sister's wedding. Matt came and stayed a couple of days and was with my mom. They had beautiful talks. They prayed together. He brought her a Boston cream donut today. So Matt's up there with my mom right there. So I just want to let you know, if you see things, and not everybody's going to see this message, but if you see that we have a live stream scheduled for a particular day and it just doesn't happen, thank you, Pierre. You got the name correct. Fils aimé means beloved son in French. Fils aimé, very popular name in Haiti.
And thank you for the well wishes. I'm seeing everything there. I really, really appreciate it. And we're going to get off on that. We're going to replay the song. I'm going to go get a drink, and we have a lot to talk to. But if you, as I said, if you see that like we have a live stream and it's just canceled at the last minute, it's just, you know, life getting in the way, and you know, we're gonna work around it. And thank goodness for Matt to be here today. Otherwise, I'd be doing the live stream on my 13-inch MacBook Pro up, you know, up in my kitchen. All right, so thank you. We appreciate that from everybody. Yeah, you know, pray for my mom. You know, at this point, you know, she's ready for Jesus, and you know, we're hoping that we can get some good quality days from her there. But you know, I'm a man of faith, and she's a woman of faith, and you know, we're all going to go. Every person on this live stream. We're not going to be here in 100 years, right? So that's just the circle of life. So Simon, if you can, as a tribute to my mom, and welcoming Sonia as well, let's play the song again. We're going to start this live stream again, focusing on the products. And as we say, for you guys, what's in it for you? Let's hit that song, and we'll be back in about 3 minutes.
We rise together. We build together. We grow together. We scale forever. Start with a spark now. It's fire in our hands. Dreams into numbers. Building empires on demand. Traffic is flowing. The leads never fail. Health, wealth, success. It's all in the scale. Scale, scale, scale. Rise up high and never frail. Scale, scale, scale. From the vision to the trail. Scale, scale, scale. Every profit, every sale. We're one, we're strong. Together we belong. Scale, scale, scale. Click after click, watch the momentum grow. From sea to the summit, everybody knows no limits here. We rewrite the tale. It's mine, it's body, it's life, it's go. Faster, stronger, breaking through. Everything multiplies when we do. Community of power, we will prevail. The future is ours when we shout. Scale, scale, scale. Rise up high and never frail. Scale, scale, scale. From the vision to the trail. Scale, scale, scale. Every profit, every sale. We're one, we're strong. Together we belong.
Scale. All right. Let's kick this live stream off. All right. Very, very good. Yeah, look, AI, you know, I can use it to write that song, and it makes a perfect song. And at the end, it decides to say school instead of scale, even though the words were clearly scale, scale, scale. We'll probably do a live stream. I've shown you guys how we make those songs, but not everybody sees it. So we'll probably do one in a couple of weeks. So here's what we got coming up for the next 3 weeks. We are going to be doing about 3 live streams a week. We're going to schedule them, and they may cancel last minute. But we're going to try to get 3 live streams. The ones for this week will be today, Tuesday. We're not going to have one tomorrow because I'm going to be on John Assaraf's AI Summit and just conflicts. It's right in the middle of the day tomorrow from 12 to 2. And I don't want to try to rush one in between
doing it before or after. It'll just be too exhausting. So we're taking tomorrow off. And then we're going to be doing a live stream on Thursday. Simon, I'd like to move the live streams. If it's a pain in the ass, then we'll do it for next week, right? If they're already scheduled and you can't just change the time. But I'd prefer to do them at 1:30. Just gives us and the team just that little extra stuff that we need in the day to get things right. But these are pre-scheduled, right, Simon? Thumbs up for Thursday and Friday. All right, so this Thursday and Friday, they're going to be at 1:00 p.m. Eastern time, just like we did today. We'll be doing an announcement of the next 3 to 4 to 5, whatever it might be. I really want to bring back the SCALEATHON, GrooveAthon type of thing. So that's going to be next week. And we're going to do it again the week after that. So we really, really want to get the message out to the lifetime members to get to see everything that they're getting and find out what's coming in the future. So we're going to share my screen here. And I believe that would be this. Is that it? Let's go right in here like this. We're going to do XCaldraw, and I'm just going to give you a quick understanding of the company here. So let's assume that this circle right here, that's a nice circle, isn't it? That this was Groove Digital, not Groove.cm, Groove Digital LLC, right? So let's make that text a little bit smaller. All right, so this was Groove Digital LLC. This is more like the corporation, right? This is where companies, employees get paid. This is where our healthcare is with. This is all our legal stuff. Groove Digital LLC. But you go to that website. You know, sometimes we even have people go to the website and they're like, "What do you do?" And I'm thinking that they're a Groove.cm, and I'm like, "Don't you see all the different software?" But kind of. And like people think that that's my software company, and it's actually, you know, our software company, I should say, or it's really just our, you know, the corporation, right? So if we then take this and we make this a little square, and we call this the software application, right? And that would be Groove.cm. And so Groove.cm was basically, let's just make a little square here, copy, paste, like this. And let's just copy that 2 more times. Groove were all of these different apps, right? Most of the apps that you have, some that were coming soon that we promised you, et cetera, et cetera. And so this was really the software company. Everything was Groove. You guys were Groovesters, and Groove Digital was basically the company that had this intellectual property, okay? And so the way the company is structured now, just so that you guys understand, when you're like, I don't get it, what's with Scale and where does Groove fit in? And what's Monarch, okay? Consider the new company now. We'll take this, we'll copy and paste this, and let's just move this all the way over to the old column. And this is the new column, okay? So the new company now that you guys don't really need to know about, it's just like when people say to us, who do we make the payment out to? We're gonna say Monarch Labs LLC, right? We don't even have a website up for that yet. I have monarchlabs.ai, which is our AI automation consulting company that we do with a guy named George. Very small boutique. We got about 10 clients, and I'm not even going to get into that today. So this is now our main corporation, okay? And in here, we have Groove. Let me see if I can make this smaller now. Can I? Yes. So now Groove is going to be a subset of all of this stuff. But the new brand, instead of being Groove, is going to be, the new brand, the same way we had Groove before, is going to be called Scale. All right. And so let's talk about what Scale is going to be. All right. So let's just put this in the biggest letters we can, scale.gg. And if we go there right now, even, you'll see that we should be live streaming right now. There's me drawing it. It's a couple of seconds behind. So
scale means what Groove used to mean before is what scale means now. And Groove.cm is just part of the, we can put it right over here. It's part of the things that you'll be getting with scale. But on top of that, we are developing, and I'll just make this blue. And let's do this, and this. And forgive me, guys, for taking my time on getting this right, because this is something I'll share the URL with you guys. And the more organized it is, the more you'll fully understand. So these are additional apps that we're making with Scale. And many of them were promised to you either in Groove.cm or Groove.ai, but there's a lot more stuff that was not, and we're building onto here. And so let me explain why. You may say, Mike, why didn't you build these products into Groove.cm? Well, for the first reason, let me put my pretty little face on here for you in the bottom corner. The first reason is many of these things happened when I went and started my new company, Monarch. And then having that conversation with Matt, for those of you that joined us late, am I going to keep this as a separate company? Am I going to run two companies and Matt, you're not part of it? Or do we figure a way to just consolidate the two companies and bring all of the things that I was going to be doing into this new company with a brand called Scale? And we like it, scale your business, right? Like the song said and everything like that. And make Groove.cm part of that. But the first point of consideration that we had to say is that anything that we do in this new company has to serve the same client that it did with Groove. We're not going to deviate. These are applications that I was really excited about when I had an opportunity to go on my own. I said, well, these are things that I would love to do. I just couldn't when I was with Groove. And now we're going to bring them all together to be cohesive. So that's number one, why they're separate. Number two is there's been an explosion in AI development and coding. And so I want to remind all of you folks that I went to school at New York Institute of Technology. I studied computer science. I was a computer programmer when I was a kid. In the early days, I programmed on a Commodore 64. I learned BASIC. When I went to college, they taught me Pascal and Fortran. And the internet hadn't come out yet, but I took courses on assembler, machine language, binary, all these different things. And when it came to logic, I was not a very, very good kid in anything that I needed to study. We would read An Occurrence Over Owl Creek Bridge or, Death of a Salesman and all these different things. I didn't read it. I was one of these kids that I lied to my parents about getting the homework done. I was a little bit of a procrastinator, just being upfront with you. And then I would read on the school bus on the way there and, try to get my way through, and I would get a 70 on the test because I didn't really study well. But when it came to math and science and chemistry, I was the smartest kid in the class. They had me in the advanced on these things and then all these other things that I took French in class and that was my first language and I'm still getting a C in it, right? Because the stuff that you needed to study for, I wasn't good at. But when it came to calculus and trigonometry and man, did I love theorems and things like that in geometry. I was just a great student with algebra, all that stuff. And then the Commodore 62 comes out, and this thing spoke to me. I'm a guy that can't think. Like in the movie A Few Good Men with Tom Cruise, where there's a scene where he goes, my bat, where's my bat? I can't think without my bat. That's how I am with a whiteboard. You're literally seeing me using a whiteboard here to express my thoughts. And so coding was something that was good for my brain. I loved it. I created a software, as many of you know, that I sold to Lottery Players Magazine when I was 17 years old for about 20 grand. And then I had to get a life and I got into the car business and I learned everything about sales and all that stuff. That's why I'm a pretty good salesman. I ran some of the largest automobile dealerships in the United States, Millennium Toyota, Millennium Hyundai. And when the internet came out, I was like, oh my goodness, this is really for me. And we have this whole new thing now with AI. So I think there's a difference between a programmer and a coder. A coder is somebody that writes code. And every type of code is just an abstraction layer that compiles down to, they call it a compiler, and it compiles it down to binary. And so the languages got
a little bit easier. Went to C and C++, and then Python. And then you look at Python, it looks like you're writing in English, but it's still writing code. The next abstraction layer for coding is now just talking to the computer like you're talking to a developer on Skype. I want you to do this. I want you to build this. When you do that, and you just create software. By the new coding language is chat. So I'm a programmer now. I've always been a programmer, but I'm still not a coder. Or you could say the new code language is chat. And so I'm going to show you about, I think, 17 software programs today, 15 of them that Matt and I created, or 14 of them that Matt and I created ourselves. He created about 3 or 4. I created about 11 or 10. Some of them I'm going to show you I created in 2 days. I get an idea. I'm like, ooh, this will be cool. The group members will love it. And one of them I coded on the airplane on the way to the wedding on Friday, and finished it on the way back from the wedding. And that's a help desk software that you're going to get. So the thing is that Groove.cm is a huge, 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 huge behemoth of software. And it was developed by some good coders and then some guys in India and another software firm that just promised us a bunch of good developers, and they never gave us good developers. And Groove needs to get its Laravel updated to the latest version of Laravel. And if I went into that code base as it is and said, hey, I want to go create this help desk software, or I want to create this, all that other bloat would have made it more difficult. In fact, it would have just been slightly over my head. So what we said is, hey, we're just going to create these apps as these little standalone apps that will integrate with Groove, just with an API and or Zapier or with any other platform of your choice. We're going to be showing you those today. So here I have 16 different softwares to represent all of that, but I'm going to show you all of the softwares by name, and then we're going to jump in and I'm going to demo some of those software. But I want to focus on lifetime members and letting you know which one of these softwares you're going to be getting for free as purchased for lifetime. And then there are new products that are just under the Scale brand that will be a 75% off upgrade if you choose to get them. So first off, check the box. Everything we promised you with Groove that was on there in the future apps, you're going to be getting. I think look, folks, what a weird little word that is, right? Mike Phoenix is in my head because I used to say guys, and he says, you gotta stop saying that. It upsets the women. So it's in my head. So look, folks, I think you're going to be very, very happy. There are internal conversations in the company about the pricing. We do think that what we're going to be offering for lifetime members is too low, but hey, if we make you happy, and I'm sure some people might not be, and I'm going to be announcing the public pricing today as well, and we've raised that pricing. So if you've heard any rumors about what that pricing might be, those prices have gone up. So your deal for lifetime members are really, really going to be good. So let's jump in. Now that we understand the corporate structure, let's first talk about what Scale is going to be. All right. And thank you, Sam AI. I appreciate that. Oh, look who it is above Sam right there. I'll say her name in just a second. Tracy Repchuk. Rep or Rup. And oh my goodness, that name goes back to the Webinar Jam, Ever Webinar, maybe even the Butterfly Marketing Days. Great to see you, Tracy. All right, so as we get it, let's not worry too much about Monarch Labs. That's like saying Groove Digital. Scale is the new company. We have something called Scale Plus, okay, that we're going to be talking about. So let's first talk about what is Scale, or what it's going to be. We are releasing a ClickBank competitor. I can basically log into Replit right now, and as I said, I'm coding this, and we just got our 2 new developers, and I'm gonna be handing this off to the developer to complete. He's currently working on Click campaigns, which I'll show you in just a minute. So I'm looking for just Scale. Did I pass it? Oh, there are more. Here it is, Scale Affiliate Marketplace. Let me run that environment. Now, if you guys say, hey, do we get that? Everybody gets this because it's like a ClickBank marketplace. It's like Stripe, right? You know, if you decide to use it, and it's not something I think that you guys are going to be crazy about necessarily, because you have Groove and you don't have to pay any processing fees. But we want to create something that will compete with ClickBank. There are a lot of people that live in the Philippines, that live in South Africa, that live in, even, trust me, we have guys that we do processing for. I can't talk too much about it. They wouldn't want anybody knowing. We process millions of dollars for people that are some of the biggest digital marketers in, let's say, New Zealand, Australia. And these folks come to us to do their processing for us because there is a privilege of being in the United States, to being able to get a Stripe account, a PayPal account, and living in other countries. It's not quite as easy to get Stripe accounts and get the same deals. And you always see like, oh, Apple is releasing this, but only in the United States and in the UK, and all the other countries wait. So Scale.gg is going to be a ClickBank competitor. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. I'm just going to log in just real quick on this. Guys, just so you know, these things are all going to say this. Prototype mode is restricted to an @Groove Digital. Let's do this. I'm so sorry, guys. We got to remember to make things full screen there for us. Most of the things I'm going to be showing you are restricted to an @Groove Digital domain. Some of them I didn't fully restrict yet, but we do go in every couple of days and delete the account. So because they're in prototype mode. But basically, this is just a ClickBank. If you know anything about ClickBank or JVZoo or Hotmart or DG Store 24, we're creating our own. We're going to be pretty cheap with the fees. It's going to be $1 plus 5.9%. I think ClickBank is $1 plus 7.5%. And please make your screen bigger. I hate to do that, Pierre, but I do have to make things comfortable for you guys. So let's do that. Displays. All right, so that's my Apple display. Oh my God, you're going to do this to me? Oh, God. It's good for you, bad for me. Okay, that makes my screen like really large because it's a large screen. But did that for you, Pierre. I might have to go back with some of the other things. But basically, the way this works is you create a product. It's a little bit different than Groove. The only thing that we're concerned about when you create a product, and these are just tests, by the way. And this is a production environment. It loads pretty slow. The only thing I'm concerned about is your product image and the description that shows up at your checkout. And then how do you fulfill it? You could add, let's see here. You can add webhook integration, Zapier, download URLs, or upload up to 5 files. And then what things do you have for support? And then after that, review, and that's it. Now you've created a product. But once you have that product created, what you're going to do, and I'm going to rename this sales funnels to campaigns. You'll create a campaign, and the campaign will have a couple of things. Some settings for the campaign. We'll walk you through them, like just like you do in Groove. Like, what is the entry page for your affiliates? What are the thank you pages? And you could add more thank you pages or campaign pages for your affiliates. These are the thank you pages. This is the affiliate, your payouts, right? And then your review. And then once you have that, you have your checkouts, and you'll be able to design different type of checkouts that you want and theme them because it's going to work like ClickBank. And then finally, this right here is sales flows. And sales flows work pretty much just like this. You'll, and Pierre, I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. I apologize. It's just a little bit too big for me and for the canvas. Got one of those little gnats flying around. And so if we look at the canvas and go full screen, basically you say, okay, the first product comes in, and let me just shut this off. And then what you do is you click here, and then you could add an upsell, or you just say end funnel, or you would click and add a downsell. And when you come in, you're basically saying, okay, for that product that I created before in this funnel, the price will be this, and I can override the affiliate for that. You'll get your checkouts, you do all your order bumps and everything. It's pretty simple stuff. It'll have a built-in wallet and all that stuff. So we're going to get out of this product. We're not going to spend too much time. So I want you to understand why we're calling the company Scale. This is going to be a pretty big thing for us. Isn't this app, that must be Matt, absolutely gorgeous. So that's something that I created, as I said. Let's see. Kevin says, It will be different than Groove Affiliate in that it has an affiliate commission wallet. Right, exactly. So, there's a lot of people. Great point, Kevin. I'll leave that up because I didn't finish letting people read it. The way that it works is affiliate marketplaces are good for a number of reasons. Number one, you don't want to have to worry about Stripe or getting your Stripe account shut down, right? Yes, David Lemon says exactly. We were planning to do this for Groove Cells. That's right, David. In fact, I went back to that old document that I put into a keynote that showed how that was going to be built. And I screenshotted that into the software, into Replit. And I said, hey, build it just like this. So exactly. And so a lot of people like the fact that they don't have to worry about their Stripe account. Believe it or not, when we launched affiliate pages, we did that with a new Stripe account because that was a Monarch product. And Mike Filsaime, who could tell Stripe, hey, I've done millions of dollars with you here, and PayPal, they both put me on a reserve. And they put me on a reserve at $50,000. We got a call the other day from a friend of ours, my buddy Adam, said, hey, my client is doing $50,000 a month with PayPal. They just put a 30% reserve on it. If you haven't had a problem with merchant processing, it's because you're not processing a lot with your merchant account. It's just, that's the sad fact. And that's why so many people out there, if they have a credit card, but they're credit problem, but they're good marketers. I'll put my little face on here. They live in another country. Merchant processing is one of the most difficult things that you can get. And when you finally get it, they put restrictions. And then you try to do a launch and you find out that in the middle of your launch, all the affiliates are mailing and they're putting a freeze on your merchant account. So a lot of people are like, you know what, for the 5.9% over the 3.9%, I'd rather just have somebody else do the processing for me. Getting the processing, we've done this before with Deal Guardian. What ClickBank does, we've actually done the merchant processing. I'm not going to mention of those 4 companies. One of them came to us looking for an application because Matt is just a genius when it comes to merchant processing. We just got approved for our PayFac, meaning that we can process on your behalf. All of these different things is not easy. And then there's a lot of people that are like, hey, I just don't want to have to worry about paying my affiliates or paying them on time and dealing with the W-2. And what if they live in this country and if they're a corporation in that country and not an individual, and I have to know all of the different taxes. And some people are like, I just don't want to deal with that with my affiliates. So Scale will do the same thing ClickBank does. I don't have to talk to you about something revolutionary. There's a reason why people like ClickBank, right? PayPal held 30,000 of my son's company and ultimately ended his company. So this sounds great. Yeah. Thank you, Marion. So yeah, there's always going to be Groove there for those of you that are like, hey, I just want to do the process. And by the way, Groove will work with Scale, like your pages and checkouts and everything will be able to work. But there are some people that are just like, hey, I live in, in Algeria, or I live in Morocco and I can't get a Stripe account, or it's just a little bit more difficult. These people love these types of solutions, especially people in Asia and Africa. All right. So that is what Scale is going to be, and that's going to be coming out. And so what we realize is having this company called Scale, how does this tie into Groove? Well, first, once you get into, let's say, ClickBank, there's a lot of people out there that are using ClickBank. If they first heard of ClickBank, wouldn't it be great for them to say, hey, do you need a page builder? Do you need a way to be able to do your email? Do you need a place to do your courses, or have a membership site software, or your blog, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, help desk, all these different things. So the growth of this product here, Scale, being that it's free, is going to have so many people coming into our ecosystem that at that point, we could say to them, hey, how about getting access to Scale Plus? We'll put that in white. Let's make this really big, right? So there's Scale. And then all of them that join, we're going to say, hey, having an affiliate marketplace is great, but don't you want all of these tools that I'm about to show you, known as Scale Plus, to run your business? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take these and I'm going to turn them green. And I'm going to say that these here will represent stuff that was promised already. Actually, let's turn them pink. They were supposed to be part of Groove. So some of these products I'm going to show you, you're just going to get right out of the gate for free. And then I'll make these 4 over here. Let's make them white and call that Groove AI. And anybody that had Groove AI will get them for free. And don't worry, if you want to get access to all of them and you don't want the complexities of heck 'em, well, this is great. Thank you for giving me that for free, but I want everything for free. Lifetime members. These streams that we're doing this week and next week is just for the lifetime members. It's going to be a drop in the bucket for you guys. You're going to like what you're going to see. So let me bring over the other browser here and start going over at 1 hour and 10 minutes. We're going to go over everything that you guys get in this. So let's bring this tab. Hold on. Let's move this out of the way. Let's bring this tab over here. Bring this tab over here. And if my ugly face gets in the way there, I think we're pretty good. All right. So we know what Scale is going to be. It's going to be like a ClickBank competitor. Today, right now, we're talking about Scale Plus. All right. We've gotten all the stuff out of the way, the buyout, the new company. We introduced you to Sonia, talked about my mom, talked about Scale, and that's going to be a ClickBank competitor. Let's talk about 1 hour and 15 minutes into this, how this affects you guys and what you're going to be getting. And also, by the way, I have a pricing document, a Q&A document, and I have a GPT that will answer all of your questions. Simon, don't drop that yet, but when I let you know to drop that, you'll be able to put that into the chat after I go over all the products and pricing. So Scale Plus will include all of the Groove products completely unlocked. The stuff that's already out there. Groove Funnels is a way for us to say we have a funnel builder, but it's essentially the same as GroovePages. There's GrooveSell Checkout, which is GrooveSell. There's GrooveMail. There's Groove Affiliate, there's Groove Member, there's Groove Video, there's Groove Blog, Groove Webinar, Groove Cart, Groove Proof, Groove Forms, Groove Pop-Ups, and Groove Automations, which, by the way, is on our list to get fully fleshed out even better in Groove. We have the developers, folks, that are working on affiliate pages, which is Laravel, and courses.gg, which is PHP Laravel. So those three developers are going to be wrapping up in about 60 days, and they're going to be coming over to Groove, and that's going to round out more developers on our platform using AI coding. It's going to be exciting times for Groove. One of the things we want to try to get done this year, if we can, it's already October, so that means I've got 3 months, but we want to bring AI page building into GroovePages. We're experimenting with that. It's looking very, very good, and you're going to be able to use AI to design pages right on the canvas in Groove and still have the Groove editor. As a reminder, we have our partnership with Tiny Email that you can get when you log into Groove. I'm going to be talking with Tiny Email. I want to be able to give this to the free members. Anybody with a free Groove account will be able to get this. Right now, I'm working that out with our partners at Tiny Email. I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to get that done. Right now, it's for the lifetime, but we're going to be able to get that for anybody. And what that means is you could do 15,000 emails per month, up to 500 contacts. You'll be able to get that for free. If we go to tinyemail.com, look at their pricing. If you wanted to send 15,000 emails a month, that's $65. So that is a $780 per year value that you're getting just because you know the wonderful folks at Groove, okay? And then finally, over here, this one will allow you, and we're still working on the integration with them, guys. This is exclusively with Groove. For just $14, I believe if you click here, let me see if the pricing is here. For $14.97 a month, you will be able to get 200,000 emails per month from Tiny Email. So if you wanted to get to 200,000 emails, the only way, the one plan before that is 100,000. So if you wanted 200,000, you'd have to pay for the $250K a month plan, and that's $450 per month. Even their annual plan, guys, for that would be $4,000 per year. Okay, but let's just stick with the monthly. If you wanted to do that, if you'd have to pay them $450 a month. We cut a deal for you guys to get that to send 200,000 emails a month for just $14.97. That's like a $4,000 a year savings. So that's because of our leverage with those people. So I have some good news for you. Walk us through. Please, Mike, we need a step-by-step training to go over Tiny Email. Next week, I'm going to be bringing on either the CEO or Brian Littman, or both, from Tiny Email, and they've even said they're willing to do lots of trainings for us. So lots of things are coming. Remember, folks, we said that when Matt and I were able to get rid of playing whack-a-mole and doing everything, now we're actually being able to focus on the customers and putting resources into these things for you. So it's really exciting. Let's see what here. Is there a time limit for when we have to choose the upgrade? Yeah, Kim, you're going to have about 3 weeks. The price is going to almost double if you don't. So you're going to have about 3 weeks. It's going to be super cheap. Don't worry. You'll see it. Basically, you'll have to decide to upgrade. Let me see here. Yeah, you'll have to decide if you want that upgrade before October for the, to get the Scale Plus upgrade as a lifetime member. But even if you don't, the price is still going to be half of what the public will pay. Right now, I'm giving you a 75% off price. And look, I think Lucia's put a countdown timer that says expires today when you get to the page. We're going to try to keep the hype down. You're going to have until basically October 31st. So you got about 3 weeks left on that while we're doing these live streams. All right. So these are the products that we're going to be going over today. Click Campaigns, Courses.gg, Affiliate Pages, Pipe Leads.ai, the lead finder, Pipe Leads.ai, the CRM. I'm going to show you the sales pages for all of these. And then we're going to actually go and look at the software in action. And I'm going to try to do each one in about 5 minutes. And then what we're going to be doing on Thursday and Friday and next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and the week after that, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, is we're going to take some of these software programs, and we're going to do a full hour deep dive. So today, if you're like, Mike, slow down. Can it do this? Can it do this? Why'd you go over that so fast? Hey, I don't even know what I'm buying. Yeah, look, if I were to do 17 products here, how many is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 12, 16, 17. If I was to spend an hour on all of these products today, we'd be here for 17 hours. So please be okay that I'm going to rush through these things for 5 or 10 minutes. Matt will do a couple of demos. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do deep dives. That's why we're doing a ScaleAthon over the next couple of weeks, is we're going to deep dive on some of these products. HD Help Desk. Yes, guys, you're going to be actually getting your own help desk software. Quiz Funnels, Calendar Bug. So let me tell you what you guys get automatically. As a lifetime member, you will get, let's do a screenshot of this. And keep in mind, guys, even if you buy today, we're releasing all of these things on. We're going to start releasing them on Monday. I'm going to give you the calendar for this in just a minute. So I'm going to get this all posted for you guys in the Facebook group as well. So we will do this right now. If you have the lifetime of Groove, I haven't even demoed the software yet, you will automatically be getting access to these products when we release them, and I'll talk about that in just a minute. We'll leave that as red. You're going to get access to all of these products here, and this product here, as well as this product. All right. So that is 7 products that you get automatically access if you are a lifetime member of groove.cm. You will be getting access to this. Okay. And now let's do this as a clone. Am I blocking anything? No. Duplicate. All right, let's do it for Groove.ai. If you're a member of Groove.ai, which we will talk about when we get to these products in just a minute, let's change that color to purple. You will be getting these two. Plus these two. Remember I said you're going to be getting 4 products? I'll be explaining. And Amanda, we have to get together on the Scale GPT, by the way. So this is, if you're a lifetime member, I thought I clicked here. Lifetime member of Groove.ai. And I think many of you that bought Groove.ai we're already lifetime customers of Groove. So in that case, let's just have some fun with this. If you had, let's make another copy of this. Some of you will say, I was a lifetime member of Groove.ai and Groove.cm. Well, in that case, I'm right here. If you went silent, you're wondering where I went. All right. If you were a lifetime member of both, you will then get it should be red. No. Come on. Click, active. All right. So if you bought Groove.cm and Groove.ai and you were a lifetime member, you are getting 11 apps out of the 17. What you don't get is Click Campaigns, Courses.gg, Affiliate Pages, Imager, DocSigner, and TOS Docs, right? And so let's get the cat out of the bag right here. I'm not going to make you wait for me to go through 17 different softwares to give you the price. There's some people said, what if I bought Affiliate Pages? Let me say this. If you bought Affiliate Pages and you're paying $497 a year, you automatically get Scale Plus included for free. If you have a subscription plan to Groove and you're paying us $99 a month or $497 a year, we're going to upgrade you automatically to Scale Plus, as long as you pay that subscription. If you stop, everything goes away. If you are a member of Courses.gg, Courses.gg, you pay $297 or $397 for a lifetime. In that case, you only get Courses.gg as advertised without any platform fees, right? Because the platform is now going to be free, and you pay a 5% free fee. But if you're a Scale Plus member or a lifetime, then you don't pay any platform fees on your courses. Okay. So again, I'm going to give you guys a document that gives everything. So let me go over the retail pricing of what this is going to cost for the public if you're a free member, et cetera, et cetera. And then I'm going to give you the price as a lifetime member, and then we're going to go over the everything. So I believe I have to be very, very careful here on what I click on. I don't want to leak the pricing page to free members. I'm going to tell you, lifetime members, where you could find the URL to buy this in just a minute. Oh, gosh. Okay, we'll do it this way. So at scale.gg/go is the pricing that we are, this is now the pricing for Scale Plus, not for the lifetime members. If you are a lifetime member of Groove.cm or a lifetime member of Groove.ai, then you'll qualify for a very, very special price. So the price for the program for Scale Plus, it's $1,200 a year. Okay. And the way to pay for that is $299 every 3 months. So if somebody were to get started today, they would go to scale.gg/go. Now you don't do this if you're lifetime. Okay. I'll tell you in a minute what your pricing is going to be. You would go to scale.gg/go. You'd pay $299 today, and then you pay that every 3 months, and it's $1,200 a year. If you want to save $200, this is going to be the most popular option. We did raise the price. We said that the price was going to be $497 a year. We're just giving away too much stuff here. We're giving away all of Groove Unlocked. We're giving away Click Campaigns, Affiliate Pages, Courses.gg, and the other 14 apps that you're going to be seeing today for $497, and we have to pay an affiliate 40%, which is $200. That means we get $297 for the entire year, and we have to pay for the servers, and we have to pay for merchant processing fees, which means we're really getting about $280, and we have to pay for the developers, and it's just not enough money, obviously, and too much of a value. So even at here at $497 times 2 divided by 12, it's about $85 a month. $82 a month still is what it would cost. So there you go, guys. I just gave the pricing. It's $497 every 6 months. It was going to be $497 a year, but that's the pricing, or $299 every 3 months. Okay. And for lifetime members of Groove, whether you purchase Groove AI or Groove.cm, we are going to be taking 75% off this price. And that means your price will be just $299 a year. You don't have to pay for it to get 7 of the apps. But if you want everything that we're going to be unlocking for you today, which I believe would be these things here that are not highlighted, if you didn't have those, it'll be $299 a year. All right. And I believe I can even show you that page. I just can't show you the URL. So let me get rid of the URL in the address bar and hope it doesn't pop up. Okay. And so there you go. This is for lifetime members only. I'll tell you how to get that in just a minute, but it's more important that we actually show you the software. So that's it, $299 today. And we're going to start rolling this out on Monday. And I'm going to give you the rollout schedule. Everything will be rolled out between now and I think the first week of November. So I think like 5 softwares this week, 5 softwares the next week, and then 5 softwares the following week. And then the final week after that will be 1 product, which will be Click Campaigns. All right. But that's it, $299 to get started with that. And if you want, I'll give you that information right now. And you would log in. It's live in the Groove dashboard already. Brad, you're sneaking out the thing. So let me see. I don't know if my login qualifies as a... Oh, there it is. So I am considered a lifetime member. I'm not going to click this. Guys, please do me a favor. Do not post the URL in the chat. Free members have to go to scale.gg/go. And they will get access to this. So please do not share this URL. I shouldn't even hover over it. Good, it's not leaking the link in the bottom. I'm not even going to click on it because it's going to display the URL. But if you're a lifetime member, that's how you'll get started. And you'll pay us just $299 today. You're going to be getting not only all the software that you were promised with Groove, but like another 7 or 8 additional softwares that we're going to be going over today. And by the way, that $299 helps support the greater good for Groove. We appreciate it. And we're very happy to fulfill all of the lifetime things for you with no additional charge. We shouldn't even mention that. I mean, we promise you those products, and we're excited to give that to you. But we do have some new products and would really love to see you on board with those products. So let's jump in and talk about those products right now. Let's take a sip. Hold on. Who's ever clicking these things on, please remember to click them off. Thanks. All righty. All right, let's go through these one at a time. We are going to walk through 17 softwares. Many of them you might have seen before, but we've got even more updates on them. Live demo. And then when we're done, I'm going to give you the updated rollout schedule for these products. The reason why you're not getting them today and you're getting access to them on Monday, some of them are ready. The problem is we have a new portal that I'm going to show you where you're going to log in. It's going to be a single portal. You're no longer going to be logging into Groove anymore. You're going to be logging into this new single sign-on portal that will have everything for you. So I'm going to go see if I can find that URL. I just want to see Kevin Jacobs says here, I bought Lifetime, everything, and all the other. Can I switch my affiliate pages yearly to this price? Kevin, if you have affiliate pages, yes, you will qualify to pay $299 a year, and it'll include affiliate pages if you are a lifetime member to Groove. Absolutely. Just reach out to Jay Garcia at groovedigital.com. All right, Jay Garcia at groovedigital.com. Send him a text, okay? Looking great, Mike. Thank you, Brad. I don't know if you're talking about my glowing skin or the pages. Okay, there you go. This right here, Kevin Jacobson, reach out to Jay Garcia at groovedigital.com. Basically, what you'll do is you'll sign up today, and then we will get you access to all the other things, but we want to make sure that you keep that same account, all right? Okay, let me go into Teams, and Matt, can you do me a favor? Can you find out in Microsoft Teams the login URL for the members, where the members will be logging in once they purchase? I'm trying to see if I can find it, and I'm not finding it. We'll talk about the affiliate program for this, guys. We do have one as well. That's still not ready. It's kind of ready, but not ready. Okay. I got the URL. I was told just go to app.scaleplus.gg. Remember, because this is Scale Plus. Scale.gg is going to be the affiliate marketplace. So let me just see what they have at scaleplus.gg. If that's even loading right now. No. All right. So Simon, can you put in there to have them just right now redirect this homepage to the login page now that we're live? Okay. And here we go. It's app.scaleplus.gg. app.scaleplus.gg. Not that you need it, but I think within the next couple of hours or maybe tomorrow, you'll be able to log in here with your Groove login. Because this is going to be the new login for Groove, okay? It goes to the login page for you. Okay, great. Yeah, for me, maybe I didn't do the www or I'm cached or whatever. So I believe I need to log in with my groove.cm password. So let me do that. Let's go and get that password. Admin at Groove Digital. Okay, let's see if this works. I haven't logged in yet, guys, so I don't know. This is all happening as we speak. And mostly what's delaying this till, they told me Friday, but I'm telling you guys Monday, but it might even be tomorrow, is we're just making this single sign-on authentication work. So let's cross our fingers and let's log in. And there you go. I don't know why my one password didn't show up to let me save that there. So sorry, guys, I got this gnat that, you know how annoying they are. So it's showing that here's Groove. So I should be able to one-click log into the dashboard right now. Look at that. It logged me right into the dashboard just automatically, just like that. And if you want to see the different apps, we're going to make these. I don't think they work right now, but this eventually will take you directly right to the video dashboard. But right now, some of these URLs, we're working on them right there. You can still log into Groove, but this is why over the next couple of days, this portal, all these links have to be all set up. Okay. But if you want to just log in directly to the dashboard, go here. I think you all know how annoying those things can be, and you never get them. And then you feel like you've conquered Mount Everest when you get a little gnat on your hand there. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so this is now going to show you your additional applications that you'll qualify for. And here is your release dates. They're actually right here. And thank you, Matt, for having these all updated. So I can show you that when this says release date October 10th, that's just because today is the 7th, and on the 10th, which is Friday, the login is gonna work, right? The apps work. We have to get them all working so that the authentication, that's what Alan is working on right now for you. So if you haven't paid, right? If you only have access to Groove, you'll click Learn More, and I'm not going to click that, but that's going to take you to a place where you can buy and upgrade. But right now we're on the live stream doing that. So what you can imagine that if you're a lifetime customer of Groove, you won't be able to get access to this unless you paid for courses.gg or affiliate pages. But some of these things will just automatically be on for you because we promised them to you as members of buying the lifetime. And I can see that even some of these are not even here, like the help desk one. Alan has a little bit of a backlog. Mr. Miyagi, get me the chopsticks to get that thing out of the air. So that's what we're working on, guys, right now. It's more about getting this login authentication. All right. So so log into your groove.cm account if you're a lifetime, and that'll give you the link to go and purchase this and get your upgrade. But you're saying, but Mike, you keep talking about purchasing. You gave me the price. It's $299. If I'm lifetime, it's $299 every 3 months, or $497 every 6 months if I'm not a lifetime member. But what are we getting? All right, let's jump in. All right, number one, this product will be sold separately at $497 a year. Courses.gg will be sold separately at $497 a year. Affiliate pages will be sold separately at $497 a year. There's another, and Groove will be sold separately at $497 a year. The new pricing, if they want to upgrade to Scale Plus, will get them this product, Click Campaigns, but they'll have to pay $497 every 6 months, twice a year if they want the Scale Plus. So this product is included in Scale Plus. depending on the price that you qualify for. Let's take a look and log in. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. My new developer has been working on this for 5 days on the background. It's the first time that I've handed over the app. He's done a lot of different things to it. Let me log in here. I believe. Let me refresh this. Like I said, guys, please do us a favor. If you find a backdoor into these things, we're going in and deleting everybody because they're in the final prototype stage. We were logging in with Replit authentication. You're just making my life miserable because every night I keep asking folks not to do this, and then 3 people go in and play around with it, and then I have to delete their work, which certainly we won't do once you're a paid member. All right, so what is Click Campaigns? Well, let's go back to the front-end dashboard. And let's do that incognito and talk about what the sales page actually says. Thank you, Lucius. So fire your marketing team, okay? So we have 20 different marketing specialists, everybody that you could imagine that you could have working on a team. These people will all do all of your funnels and your tasks for you. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to go into your settings and you will add your Anthropic API key. We will talk about this in the future. AI is getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, but we're using Anthropic. I'm not going to say why. I don't want to give away any secret sauce here. But their tokens are quite expensive, for us to be able to do this at scale and not have to charge you guys, another $29 a month or something like that. So you'll be putting in your own API key. So that's pretty much all that's needed for the settings. The next thing is you have your marketing specialists. These are people that I created. So for instance, if we look at the copywriter, let's go find, I think there's a guy named Ryan, the direct response copywriter. I think I made that person after Ryan Dice. And I can see that I told my developer to optimize the images, but he optimized them way too much. And now they look blurry. So I have to tell him that they're optimized a little bit too much. So let's take a look at Ryan, for instance. All of these agents have a role and an expertise. They have a primary goal, and this is important. This is basically like a GPT. They also have instructions, but not full specific instructions because they do a lot of different tasks. Each task that I'm going to show you in a minute has pre-built instructions for the task that this agent will take on. But they also have this thing called background and experience. Look at this. Each agent has a background that says something like, I cut my teeth writing for the legendary direct response firms of the pre-digital era, studying under masters who wrote campaigns generating millions through this. This is a DNA that you're giving these agents, and it actually helps them create better content. All right. So if you saw me demo this in the past, the way that I did it before is you would go and hire the agents and give them tasks. And it was very, very tedious. We have a much easier way. I'm going to show you how to do this. This may be, all right, calm the hype down. I'm not allowed to say this. Let me tell you what I was going to say, which still lets me say it. What I was going to say, but I didn't want to be too hyped, is this may be the best software demo you've ever seen. But I'm not going to say that because we're not going to hype it up, right? Isn't that a great way to get a hype statement in? But you're not going to hear me saying that, right? Before we show you this in action, let's talk about the brand kits, okay? Brand kit is something that you create on your brand. So let's just create one so I can show you. The first thing you do is you just drag an image right into here, and it automatically will extract all of the images from the screenshot for you and create the brand kit. Or you could do it the lazy way, and you can just add your colors here, okay? So that's how you would do your images, all right? The other thing that you do is we need information on your brand. There's 3 ways to do it. There's the lazy way, and you could just paste in, my company is yada, 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 okay? Number 2 is if you have a local business, this is great if you want to do agency work, is we've created 60 pre-built local business templates because we don't need you to fill out a brand-based document if you have an auto body shop, if you're a lawyer, right? For the most part, all of the questions are going to be the same, right? So what we do is we tell you to choose, and imagine doing this for a client, right? You can say, are they in automotive, beauty and healthcare, education and childcare, Let's talk about professional services. Okay, great. You want the attorney or the accountant? Let's choose the attorney. All we need now is their name, phone number, their address, website, and what makes you better than the competition. That's all we need to know, because we've created this brand kit for local businesses. But the one that we recommend for coaches, consultants, software companies, digital marketers, infopreneurs, passion project experts, anybody that's doing e-commerce or education or influencers, you want to upload a brand document. Okay. And in a minute, I'm going to talk about brandbaser.com. That's one of the apps that you get as well. That opens up in a new window. I'll log in just real quick to show you this. Basically what you do, you can see I use this. I want to show you something, folks. You'll see here, I use Brandbaser right here. If I look under projects, right here, Scale Plus direct response emails. I uploaded my brand-based document right here, 20 questions from Brandbaser. I uploaded my project instructions here, right? Where do I get that in Brandbaser? Well, right here, I go to project instructions. I have these instructions for all of these different types of things like direct response emails. You are tasked with writing highly effective, et cetera, et cetera. Well, you'll see that's right here. I literally just put that in here. Now, anytime I want to write an email to you folks, it knows everything about my company, Scale Plus, and it has instructions. And you're going to see, I hate to even tell you, you're literally going to see, I did this email today at 11:30. I said, today is Tuesday at 11:30 a.m. That part is not relevant. What is relevant is that at 1 p.m., I'm doing the biggest live stream update in Groove history. We're making 17 announcements. I put this in there. It had everything it needed and wrote the email that I sent out to the members today. All right. And so we'll get back to Brandbaser in a minute. Let me just go here. But how it works is you just come here, you click start, you click the start recording button, or you type, and you answer 20 questions about your company. When you're done, let's delete that one. We don't need it. When you're done, you could view the document. You could see this was me. I took 15 minutes to answer every single question about this product. I did the same thing for affiliate pages. I did it for courses.gg. I did it for this product, Brandbaser. I did it for Monarch Labs. So I have something that has context of all of my company. But even better than using it with something like ChatGPT is with Click Campaigns. You can just upload that brand document right into here like this, and you've created a brand document that knows everything about your products that these employees will be able to use. So in this case, I already created a brand document. So we're going to use that when we create the campaign. What else do I want to show you? Well, these are all your campaigns that you'll create, all your product launches and everything. All right. As you can see, this is me just testing. We're going to create a campaign in front of your eyes in just a minute. And then finally, we have the workspace, which is kind of like the ChatGPT, where you go in and you actually see the collaboration workspace of these agents actually working. And you could go and click on the asset drawer and actually look at the web pages and everything that it built. All right. You guys ready to see what I think is the best software? Well, if I was going to hype things up, I would say is what is the best software demo ever in digital marketing. Do me a favor, put a yes in the chat if you're excited to see this. All right. Because even if you saw this before, this is going to work different than you've seen before. All right. So what we do back at the main dashboard, we're going to click new campaign. Ready? I don't think any of you have seen this before. So drum roll, please. And I'm going to get this out of the way. The only way to get access to this is with a Scale Plus subscription. Lifetime members of anything don't get this. This must require your Scale Plus subscription. So at minimum, if you're a lifetime member, you got to pay $299 a year to get this. And everybody's saying yes. All right, let's go. We are going to start fresh. So what you are seeing here is that we have different funnels or tasks or both. And with your permission, because these agents are going to go work in the video at the front of the website, I basically say this. So here's my pitch to you guys. And Simon, please make sure I don't forget to put my screen share back on. At the front end, you know what? Let's actually just play the video. Let's see how I did with that video. Excuse me. I'm drinking soda. It's making me burp. All right. Thumbs up, Amanda, if you can hear this. No,
Hi,
if you can, do you
I'm
hear
Mike
this?
Filsaime, CEO and co-founder of Click Campaign.
All right, so let's start this from the beginning, go full screen and play. I'm going to speed it up.
I'm Mike Filsaime, CEO and co-founder of Click Campaigns, where we say fire your entire marketing team, and we mean it. You know, at Groove Digital, we used to have 13 people on our marketing team that was costing us over $100,000 a month. Today, we have one. Believe it or not, I do all the marketing in the company with everything you see here in Click Campaigns. Everything on this page is my team. You know, when generative AI came out, it was all the rage. You had ChatGPT, and then you could make images, and you could make video, voice to text, all these things. It was kind of hard to keep up with. But everybody was really excited, not about prompt engineering. They were excited about what you heard, agents, agentic behavior. And that's what we've done here. With Click Campaigns, you have a campaign manager. His name is Alex, and he works with over 20 other marketing specialists. You simply log in, create your account for free, create a brand base about your business, talk about your colors, and then go through a very simple to use wizard that will help you set up your campaign, then let it do its thing. Now, go get a cup of coffee, come back in about 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes, and what you'll come back to is seeing a conversation with all of these agents, creating all of your output for you, your brand website, your marketing funnels, your freemium reports, a book, you name it, everything is included. You want email swipes for your affiliates, you need an onboarding sequence, you need launch swipe for whatever you need blog, anything you need. How about media buying? You need traffic. Well, if this will set up your Facebook ads, your meta ads, your pay-per-click ads, everything. You spend just a few minutes telling it what you want and let your marketing team go to work for you. So instead of paying 20 people like I used to do, you can have a marketing team that costs you nothing, and your first campaign with Click Campaigns is free. So simply check out below this website to learn more and sign up. All we need is your name, email address, and a password, and you'll be starting your first campaign for free. Thanks. We'll see you on the inside.
All right. So that, I think, did a better job than I could. Thank you, virtual Mike Filsaime. What if I would tell you that was an AI avatar? No, I'm just kidding. That was really me. All right. We never know these days anymore, right? Okay. So the reason why, folks, why I want to, let me just get my big face on here. Well, actually, let's do this. The reason why I'm going to do a limited set, if you saw in the video, it said, tell it everything that you want to do. Go get a cup of coffee, come back in 15 minutes to a half an hour, is because if I do a full campaign for a product launch, this will actually take a half hour and we're going to have to come back. So with your permission, I'm going to just have it do one funnel and one set of email tasks that'll take about 5 minutes so that we can actually see it in action and watch it get done. Because like we know, working with AI is like watching paint dry. Okay. And we don't want this to be a half-hour demo. I want you to get the concept. When we do a full deep dive on this next week, maybe we'll build out an incredible task. All right. So now what we're going to do is first we're going to see, okay, what type of funnels do we want, right? And what we have here, as you can see, there's 23 different types of funnels here, I think, 4, 8, 12, 16, 23 different types of funnels. And this came out of the training that we did in the, what in the world was the name of that training we did a few years back? Oh, I forget. We had a nice training where everybody in the company did something. It's one of our Groove courses. And in there, I did a training that there are 17 different types of funnels. I added a few more even as well. So let's just say we want to do a product launch, right? So you'll click on product launch, and here are all the different pages that are pre-checked specifically for a product launch. Fast Start Marketing Lab. Thank you, Simon. The Fast Start Marketing Lab. Now, if you want to add more pages in there, you just click these, and it'll actually build the pages. Let's leave the upsell page, and let me take that down so that we don't have to watch it build all of this stuff out. And if there's not a page that you want here, you just hit add custom, give a description, and give it some more information, and it'll create a page if we didn't get this right when building it. So we're going to click save and watch what happens here on the left. Okay. Now, one of the tasks is a custom funnel with 5 pages. If we want to add a book funnel, we just add the book funnel, and now we have it here. Okay. If I want to get rid of this again, let me deselect all, hit save, and now we don't have the book funnel. Okay. So that's where normally you're going to start as a type of funnel, but there's a lot of other things that are needed in marketing, and these are your tasks, right? And so let's just say we just need some emails, right? I need a welcome email, and I'm going to put this at 3, just so that the agent doesn't have to work that hard. And I need some emails that we're going to do for the launch. Let me just do 1 right now so that we don't, but if you want more, you just go here like that, right? So we're going to do 1. And we need our affiliates. We need some affiliates, right? Let's do our first 3 emails, right? If you want to go to 7, you go to 7. But again, the more I put here, the longer it's going to take for these agents to work. And I pay these guys by the hour, so I don't want to give them too much work. That's just a joke, right? So you get it here. I click save, and look at this. We've got more information over here. I could edit this or remove them. I could go in and see, okay, what other different types of things do we want? Do we want any local or SEO? Do I want to create a lead magnet? What type of lead magnet do I want to create? Do I want to create any paid ads? What type of ads do we want to create, et cetera, et cetera. So we're going to leave this simple with your permission so we can get started. Let's click save and continue. All right, next thing we need to do is we're going to call this Scale Plus Demo. Campaign description is just for internal purposes only. It doesn't matter. All right, so we're going to click next here. I was just reading something there. This is important. This is the only bit of context that you're giving the agents, because everything else, it's really a GPT, and it knows everything it needs because it has your brand-based document. You answered 20 questions. It knows what keeps your customer up at night, what your pricing is. It knows your brand colors. It knows everything. So really, it needs to know what is happening here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my tool called Whisper Flow, which allows me to talk, and so I don't have to type. So let's do this for you guys. Turn Whisper Flow on. Yep. This is an internal launch going only to the members of Groove.cm. These are what we call our charter members or backers or lifetime members. And they're the most important customers in the Groove ecosystem or in our company. We want to treat these folks with love and passion, and we are giving them a very special offer on our products where the public will have to pay more. This is an internal launch. There will be no affiliates, and this is going to be sent directly from the company without any affiliate emails. All right, that's just an example, right, guys? I was literally making that stuff off the top of my head. Now, if you want to be like Alex Becker and you want a very edgy tone to all of the copy, you come here. If you want something maybe more feminine, you could put that here. If you kind of like, a little bit more humorous tone, you could put anything in here. You have all of these different presets. I'm going to leave it at default. The reading level, let's just say that you're going to be talking to a certain audience, maybe PhDs or kids or whatever. I do like 10th grade output, but I'm just going to leave it at default. And what language do you want your output in? Okay. You can do all of these different languages. And as you know, I like to have fun. I put in Caveman. We put in Dothraki. We put it in Klingon. And I think there's one more in there, maybe from Lord of the Rings. I don't know which one that might be. All right. But we're going to leave this on default. Default will be English. And we're going to click next. Now we have to, I showed you, create your brand kit. But once you do that, you just select the one that you have already. Okay, just like this. And you're going to click create campaign and watch what happens. Right. It's analyzing the campaign requirements that you have. It's then going to drop to develop a marketing strategy. It's done that. It's now seeing which specialist do I need to create this. It's going to optimize the campaign. Finalizing. Now, fingers crossed, guys, because I have a new developer working on this. I hope he didn't break anything. And it's going to jump into the campaign. It's going to take about 5 seconds. Manually starts the campaign. Some of this plan stuff should have been generated before, but we're working on that so that you don't have to watch it generate the plan twice. Let's just wait about 10 seconds, and the magic is going to start. Okay, look at this. All right. So here's Alex. He's working on all of this stuff. This is where I say, go get a cup of coffee and come back in 5 minutes. But I actually want you to see this. So I'm going to just let you see what's going on here. Look at what they're saying. Alex, absolutely. I love this kind of work. I'll get started right now. Hi, Alex. I'm assuming you design sales funnels. That the conversations are happening between the different marketing specialists right here. And then later we could see their full conversation when we click on the conversation tab. So step 2 of 8, I think we had 8 different tasks. They're designing the sales funnel architecture, completed. Ryan is creating the opt-in page. They're going to write the emails and everything like that. This is pretty cool shit. Excuse me, folks. This is pretty cool stuff, isn't it, folks? I'm telling you, we're gonna optimize this even more. We're just gonna be adding more and more tasks. Yes, Click Campaigns will sell by itself for $497 a year. If people want the full suite, everything is $497 every 6 months. And for you guys, the lifetime members, it's $297 a year. You're going to get access to this and everything else. And guys, we are guys, girls, gals, folks, people, Groovesters. We are 2 hours into this and I'm at the first product. So I'm going to let this go and then I'm going to blast through the other products. Matt's going to come on. He's going to show you 3 different softwares as well. The invoice software. He's going to show you the lead generation software. He's going to show you the new CRM that we have that works good for people that are in the client services business. But let's just let this thing finish out here. I'm going to take a quick little sip. All right, so it's currently working on the email series. Completed. Now it's working on the launch sequence. A little more copy has to get done. And then I'm going to show you the assets when it's done. I think you guys can see why I didn't want to show you, how we would build out an entire campaign. It would literally take a half hour. But here's the thing. Half hour compared to what? This, folks, I think like when I used to work, it was me and Donna, and we had an entire marketing team. We used to get together and say, hey, we need to get all of these things done. And we had to get out 60 days before. And a lot of the times the stuff came back and I wasn't happy with it. I wasn't happy, especially before AI. We were paying copywriters. Matt said to me the other day, we had 6 copywriters on staff, 2 that worked for Groove and 4 that worked in Groove Agency. A lot of our agency work was going out, paying all of these people. And when I saw the work that came back, I wasn't impressed. I just wasn't impressed. Lucius, who does web design for us, does very, very good work. But some of the designers that were in the agency were okay. But we had to go back in and iterate and iterate and iterate. What we finally gave the customer was good, but it took me and Donna and Simone days saying, no, the copy needs to be look like this before we could hand it off to a customer. And there you go. Another $1,200 paycheck every Friday would go to this person, $800 to this person, $1,500 to this person. Here, we've got a company called Click Campaign, and this is doing all the work, and it looks like we're about to get done here. Let's see, Mike, I've been a female for many, many years, and guys works just fine for me. Thank you. I appreciate that, Marion. Donna used to say the same thing. She says Donna said that she even would talk to her own team, which were half female, and she would say, all right, guys, let's get started. So yeah, like I said, it was Mike Koenigs. He got it in my head. So let's see. This is done. All right. So we've got, we can go back into the workspace, but what I'm going to do is, and now you can re-roll it. Okay. You could clone the campaign and start again. And we could just see our assets right here. And this should actually show the picture of these people. I'm just going to get a screenshot here. This shouldn't have the hyphens in there. Sometimes it pulls the label, the internal information and not the label. I'd like to actually get the color of the specialists right there. So it's just an internal note for me. This just crashed. Bear with me a second. There we go. All right. So let's look at our asset drawer. We're going to click right here, and we're going to see that this was the plan. We've got our emails. These are our subject lines, and the emails are written here, et cetera, et cetera. And we have different ways to tweak the email, but you can see it. It knows information on how this is supposed to be based on our brand document. This is actually an editor, so you can work on these things. We're going to be adding MCPs that are going to be making this output go right into Google Docs if you prefer, or Notion. That's going to be coming probably in about a month. And the other thing is these website pages that you see here. And I believe I can click preview in a new window. And one of the things that you'll see on the Trello cards that we have for it is to do images. We're going to allow you to use AI images. We're going to allow you to use Unsplash, Pexels, or Pixabay, and it'll actually have actual images for you in the actual websites that it creates for you. And I'm going to be tweaking some of these. Let's take a look at. I'm not sure which page this is. Let's preview this in a new window. Charter members only, exclusive look, and it probably tells me which page that it is. And so what we're going to be doing with all of this stuff is you're going to be able to publish this. And let me just click this right now and see. And you're going to get an actual URL, and we're going to host those URLs for you for 60 days so that you could actually give that to your team and say, hey, rebuild this over in Groove. But you'll say to yourself, Mike, that's kind of lame. Like, we have to go rebuild this? Yes, if you want to use ClickFunnels or go high level, we're going to give you the page and rebuild it. But you're going to have a little button here very, very soon that's going to say open in GroovePages. And you're going to click this, and it's going to open the page right into your GroovePages canvas so that you could actually put your own things on there where you have to fine tune it and put the checkout pages and all of those things. You opt in, put actual video that applies and all these different things. And that's why having the Groove suite along with this is going to make this like, that's why Scale Plus is going to be like something that nobody's ever had before. All right. So let me see if there's any question. Are there any limits on any of the apps? No, there's no limits on this because, like I said, you'll be using your own API keys. But we're going to talk more about this next week. I'll answer one more question. Can the system write the pages, emails, etc., in other languages, only English? I think you stepped out for coffee before, Salud. Because what we did show here, if I edit this campaign, you'll notice in step 3, oh, it's opening the old campaign builder. Oh, that's a bug. This is the way it used to be. You used to have to hire the marketing specialists separately. And then after you did that, you had to go in and configure them and give them tasks one at a time and tell each person what to do. This was I redid it to make it just a lot easier. You just do the task and let the agent decide who it's going to build. So let me just show you here. When you create a campaign, right here, you could choose the language. And so that was, who was asking that? That was Salud. You'll choose the language right here. And I'm not sure if we have the language that you want, but I do believe you can put custom and put in any language that we don't have in the dropdown, okay? There is no SDK or API for this. Everything will work standalone in the app. And there's one more thing that you can do, which is really cool, is you can chat with just one of the agents. So if you click this little, this is a campaign, but if you want to just chat with one of the agents right here, you can just hire, let's say you want just the email person, and you could just hire Paige. She's the email specialist. And you can now say, I want to use this brand kit. Now she has that information. And you could just say, write me a blog, an email for today's live stream. I think you get it. It's like chatting with a GPT. And then that agent will create that for you. Oh, so it's going to ask you some key details that it needs, which is really interesting. So it's that's really nice. So rather than making it up, it says, hey, I need some of this information. All right. So everybody, that was a long demo. We have a lot more to go through. That was Click Campaigns. We're not going to spend a lot of time on all of the other campaigns that long. And I know that you guys got some other questions. We just don't have the time for all of them. So Simon, what I'll let you do now is I will let you drop in the chat the document with the pricing and what everybody gets. And I will also let you drop in the GPT if people say, hey, I purchased this, but not this, but I purchased this. What plan do I qualify for? So it's kind of like a little support GPT that I created that has all of this information for you. Let's move on to the next product. All right. Courses.gg. When all the stuff went down back in January, and I had some time, and I said, okay, what product would I want to create that I think I could get to the market pretty quick, but would still have an impact, and you could build $1 billion brand. If you look at Kajabi, it's worth $2 billion. Rumors say that School is worth $2 billion. That's what I heard. If that's true, that's quite awesome. Why not? You've got Alex Hormozy and Sam Ovens behind it. And I said, okay, this is just my internal thinking at the time. I didn't want to go create something like ScaleGG, which is a ClickBank competitor. I thought it was just a little bit too much to bring to the market. I said, I want to create something simple. And so let's talk about, in case you haven't heard it before, what is the difference between School and something like Kajabi, or School and GrooveMember? All right. To me, the big difference is these things are, if you see what I'm highlighting here, community driven. They're community driven. And GrooveMember and Kajabi are more what you would call a membership platform. And so your choice will be to use either one between you and me. I think we're going to be moving over to courses.gg. I just like it because that eliminates the having to go out and create a Facebook group for every course that you have. You can just have your community and the course all together. So we created basically, I don't want to say a clone, but I'm not ashamed to say it. I looked at School and I said, they're onto something. And we created our competitor to it called courses.gg. Many of you know about it already. Let me basically tell you the pricing of this. We're going to be making courses.gg free to everyone. Asterisk caveat. The same way that Stripe is free, the same way that SendGrid is free, the same way that ClickBank is free. It's free, but not free. So if people want to use courses.gg, they could use it, and they're going to have to pay us 5% platform fee on all of their sales, but they don't have to pay a subscription. However, I want to remind you, right? If you have just 25 customers, if you're seeing my screen here, just 25 customers that are paying you $99 a month. All right. That's not a huge membership. That's something you should strive for. $99 a month at $25 for your course. That's a typical person on School. You're making yourself $2,500 a month, but you're going to pay us times 0.05, $123 a month for that we're going to take out in fees. And I'm happy to take that. In many cases, I hope you don't upgrade to Scale Plus because I'd rather have those fees. And if you multiply that by 12, that's $1,500 to use the platform. Now, those of you that bought the lifetime access to courses.gg for $297, or when we raise it to $397, you get access to this for life. And you don't pay any platform fees. Now, if you purchase Scale Plus, and you pay that as a lifetime member at just $299 a year, great. You get courses.gg with no platform fees, and you get groove.cm with no platform fees. Okay, just like that. And that's how that works. And if you are not a lifetime member and you didn't buy Groove for lifetime, you didn't buy lifetime access to courses when we were doing the pre-sale, well, then you could get access for $497 every 6 months by going to Scale Plus, to Scale.gg, scale.gg/go. That's where the retail price is at $497 every 6 months, or $299 every 3 months, right? And for those of you that are lifetime members, just log into Groove, and you will see that in the dashboard of Groove, you have this little button right here that says special offer. Okay, and when you click on that, that will bring you to a page that I can't advertise. I don't want the free members seeing that, and you could get access for just $299 a year. Okay, so that's courses.gg. Let me log into that. I believe that's my login. That's not. All right, so this is where you come in. I haven't even created a course. Amanda Vandergulik would be able to demo this better, but I don't think that that's necessary for this right now. I think you kind of get it. We do our own trainings on that, but if we just go back to the front end of the website, you can see when we click here that Amanda's course is right here. These are different courses that are already on the platform here. All right, so get your course on courses.gg. You can click join the community. It'll take you to let me just see. Amanda, is there any reason why I just got a 404 on that page? Am I doing something wrong? Let me let you in here.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there.
log out, do it from this point of view, log into join. Oh, wait a second. It doesn't show it. Oh, okay. This is what I wanted to do. Okay, cool. All right. So that's what I want to show. So you get the information on the course, log in to enroll. So let me log in and see why I got an error there. Maybe it's this one. No. All right. So we are logged in. We go to the community. And if we click on, let's click on your community, Amanda.
Yeah.
And I'm going to enroll for free. Okay. I'm not going to enroll. Well, I will, but let me see. Let me see on the front what happened here. I'm not sure what I did wrong. When you click join community, we're getting that 404, but what's weird is when you go back and you refresh, it shows you're a member of the community. Right? So we got to get that. We got to get that little bug fixed. We are, let me see, bug for courses.gg join community at 2 hours and 12 minutes into live stream. I'll be able to then show the live stream to Ankit so he can fix that.
Perfect.
Into the live stream. All right. Any comments, Amanda?
I'm super, I love courses, obviously, but I'm super excited for Scale, like as somebody with a lung issue who needs others to help and then to just have your own perfect. I'm so blown away. I'm literally struggling for words.
All right. I'll send you back. Thanks, Amanda. I appreciate that. And I think you have access to one of the groups if you want to maybe let them know that little error, and they'll take care of that. All right. So we're going to get our screen back in here. So we'll put me in the corner. So anyway, guys, one of the things that you get in Scale Plus, we just went over click campaigns. That's courses.gg. Now we're going to go over affiliate pages. So the way affiliate pages works, I'm going to go real fast with this. Let me go to the bottom of the page and log in. It's app.affiliatepages. The way this works is we now work with both GrooveBlog and with WordPress. So what you do is you come in and you want to look at all these different brands that we have. We create different brands for you as well. And so you could add a new brand. And the way that it works when you create a new brand, you find other people's reviews online. So if you wanted to do Notion, or let's say Trello, you would do Trello review. You would go and find other people's reviews, and you would copy this URL. And I know we already have one for Trello, so let me just click edit, and you'll see here that we trained this on, back to the directory. Let me see here. Let me just do a new one, because I don't think that you can add the knowledge base once it's done. So I'll just create a new one just to show you. I don't want to spend too much time on these because these things take time to do the demo. I want to give you more of the core concept. We're going to be doing the deep dive next week. So let's say you wanted to do one for Groove. You would type in Groove. You would select an option. It's a software. And then you would put your affiliate link for Groove. And let's just say that was your affiliate link, obviously, right? You would choose a logo for it. I'm going to skip that. And then you would click create brand. And then now you have to train the brand. Oh, and we also have from a library here. I'm going to show you. We have all these different brands as well. And then you would add knowledge sources here. So you would come in and say, okay, we want to do a website URL. And if you remember, I got that one from somebody else. And you would submit. And then you would add another source. And you could go find somebody doing, we find here, Trello review. You would take this guy's review from YouTube, right?
In this video, we're diving into
and you would paste that right here as a YouTube URL, right? You would do about like 5 YouTube videos, 5 websites. And then when you're done, you would click train. Okay, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go back to the brand directory here and show you that while I've done demos for these different ones, but we also have, if you click add a new brand, we also have a brand directory that you can choose from, because we've created, I think, something like 40 different products in our library. Oh, you could search from library. Let's see here. There you go. So we have all of these pre-made ones that you can just go with automatically. Okay, so all these different products, like if you don't want to have to go and create something for ThriveCart, you would just click use. And then once you do that, you would say click create landing page. You'd choose one of our templates. You'd go into the next step. You'd say Trello, right? You'd choose your brand, Trello, right? Select that. And you'd then see that we have presets here for you. You could even add more sections onto the page. You would click generate all. It would create it. It would give you a code, and you paste it into Groove, or you paste it into WordPress. So it works with both. And an example of that, I think I have affiliatepagesdemo.com. It creates your review pages automatically for you with your affiliate link in there. We have tons of training on here. These sites get cleaned up by the search engines, and we show you how you can make money creating 3 affiliate sites a day. All right, next is we have pipeleads.ai and crm.pipeleads. So Matt, I'm going to bring you on soon, but give me a thumbs up when you're ready, and I don't know if you want your camera on or off. I think Matt has me on mute and he's not hearing me. Matt, look at your camera if you hear me. I'm going to add you to stage.
Yeah.
Okay, you were hearing me, Matt?
Yeah, I was just trying to just one more click before I got on.
Okay, Matt, I want to go over the pages for these. Which is I'm getting the same page for CRM and for pipe leads.
Yeah, so we're in the middle of developing the single login, and I was afraid to make any changes as you were going on the live, but we're going to have 2 different pages. So crm.pipeleads.ai is going to be for the CRM now.
Which one is it now? I'm there right now.
Okay, let me look at your screen. So yes, so that's for the CRM, right?
Okay. And pipeleads.ai.
We're going to do some more changement. And then the other one is going to be, so that should be crm.pipeleads.ai you're looking at now. And then
no, that's this one. And exactly. This is pipeleads.ai.
And that one, we're going to put the lead finder software there.
Do you have that sales page built anywhere where I could show it?
No, I couldn't possibly. I didn't want to try to upload it or anything. I don't have it. No.
I mean, like, is it built like in your local host so
no,
that we could?
I will have it by next week or by the next couple of days.
If you could please have it tomorrow, that'd be, or by Thursday. Yeah. All righty.
I was going to do it today, and I was afraid to just break shit. So.
Yeah. No, that's okay.
Excuse my French.
Yeah, no, but it's not breaking stuff. Like you don't have, so it's not even rendered?
No, it's not rendered, no.
Okay. All right.
Not here where I am now.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so let me, guys, I don't have the ability to show you the web page for Pipe Leads software, so I'll give you a download of what it is. Pipe Leads is the ability for you to be able to find leads that you can import into a CRM or Groove in any industry. And we're going to demo that for you in a minute. First, we're going to demo the CRM version for you. And that's the CRM part of Pipe Leads. So Pipe Leads is 2 softwares. One software, I'm just going to stand up as I get a little leg cramp here. One software is one that finds you the leads, and then the other one is the CRM, like Pipedrive. So if you remember, we promised you in Groove, if you were a lifetime member, that Groove is going to have like a Pipedrive style software. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I'm going to let Matt share his screen and show you a little. Matt, are you prepared right now to do a demo of the CRM software?
Yeah, let's do it.
Pipe Leads, which is like Pipedrive, and then we'll show you. We don't have the website ready for the leads, but we do have the software ready to demo. So I'm going to take mine out. Matt, you can share your screen.
Okay. All right. Okay, and Cool. Do you guys see my screen? Is it working?
Your screen is working.
Cool. So when you first log in, you're going to get to your dashboard. And just like any CRM, it's going to give you some valuable information about your business. I'm going to do that super quick, obviously. Some of the cool feature you're going to see here, it's going to tell you, you know, this is what you got going on in different stages of your pipeline.
Hey guys, sorry, I'm sharing my screen, not Matt's screen. So let me go back and share Matt's screen. So add to stage, remove me, add Matt. There we go. So there you go, Matt. Your screen is being shared. If you want to go back and just start again.
Cool. So the first page that's going to load is your dashboard. When you first get into the system, it's going to give you some quick data, conversion rate, how much you sold, what is going on with your business. You can actually visually see your funnel as well towards the right. It's mainly designed to run like a Kanban board, which I don't know if you guys know, but it's a Japanese way of doing project management. And basically you assign a card to each and every one of your customers, and you kind of keep track of where they are. So here, for example, we have a column for new customers, follow-up, prospect, and customers in negotiation. If I talk to Mr. Pikachu here, I have great negotiation with him. I can make a note really quick and say great call by clicking here, adding a note, so I can keep track of all kind of information about all of my customers. As I talk to them day after day, I can schedule a meeting with them, keep track of everything that is going on. And basically the idea is to keep track of all of your communication with customers, all of your activities. You can get a pretty quick idea of what's going on. And if right now I'm talking to Mr. Pikachu and we're moving along, and the next thing we know is we're starting to negotiate, I can move him to the next pipeline called negotiation by clicking here. And I also have a good representation of where he is in my sales funnel. And if
Matt, would you mind hitting Command plus just to zoom in a little bit more on the browser? Yeah.
Okay, cool. So quick view of a pipeline, it gives you an idea of what's going on with your customers. You can change the name of a pipeline at any time. For example, here instead of negotiation, it could be called contract signing or something like that, right? You can add, remove customers. The best part is you could, for example, get all of your leads from Groove to be populated right here. And that's going to be done here in the next couple of days. You can create new pipelines. So maybe your sales funnel is not really follow-up prospect, but maybe rather something like, you know, customer introduction, call back customer, send a contract for signature, receive paperwork, and sign. And the idea behind this board here is to have a quick idea of everything that's going on within your customer. For example, here I got a follow-up with Mike. He's very interested in now becomes a prospect. So that's the general idea of what the software can do. Within the lead itself, you can keep track of all the information, add some mail, your files, your notes, any activity you have with them, schedule lunches, meeting, store, you know, information, also change logs that's going on over time, add some product that they might be interested in, and eventually generate a quote. What you don't see here is that we're working in programming in the back end is you can go from creating a quote to actually creating an invoice. And that invoice will be sent to the other softwares, and I'm going to do a super quick demo about called Invoicer.gg. So basically, this helps us keep track of all of our customer journey. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to link Groove to this. Every buyer is going to be added here in Groove, and then I'm going to be able at a glance to see who is purchasing what kind of product. And if I want to call a customer and do a follow-up or sell them an additional product, then I'll have a nice view using that Kanban view. And eventually, if a customer, say, wants to purchase some kind of services from us, I can generate an agreement here and eventually send them an invoice through Invoice.gg, which is the next software I'm going to show up for you guys. This is a completely fake account. Again, same concept. You're going to start on the dashboard, and you can generate invoices for your customers. So, for example, here, if I want to generate an invoice for any of my customer, I can click here and
click where?
So here, I'm sorry, I can do a search to kind of view what kind of invoice I'm going out, but I can create a new invoice by clicking here.
Matt, guys, did his screen freeze? I'm only seeing the Kanban board.
I know why, Mike. I apologize. The reason is because I'm probably sharing just one specific screen. So what do you see on your screen, Mike?
The Kanban board.
The last board. Okay, so let me see here. I'm going to put something in the URL, and it should change now, right? Yeah.
Nothing's changed.
You're still on the Kanban, so I got another one somewhere else. Let me try here. Nothing changed?
No.
Okay, last one. I had too many tabs open. No?
No.
Oh, I see the little square. Okay, got it. All right, now it's gonna work.
Yes. All
Okay,
right, Matt. Before you jump, we have a question from Brad Case. He says, "Can you have multiple of these for different businesses? In other words, can you, when you go into the pipe software, do you create a business and then can you toggle between businesses? Let's just say I have an SEO business and I have an AI automation business, and they're two separate businesses."
So if they, you're going to set up your email and your business name are going to belong to one specific business. So you got to be mindful of that when you send an email out and things like that. However, you could create different pipelines, right? So if you have an SEO, if within your business you're doing SEO and maybe, marketing, you can have a pipeline for AdWords marketing, a pipeline for SEO. For different products or pathway, but it's designed for one company, one business.
So it's designed for one company, one business. So they'll be getting
email and things like that.
Okay. All right, Brad. So unfortunately, that answers the question. It's designed for one company, one business. But I'll look into that more for you. I'll look into that more for you to see how deep we can go if you want. Let's call it a different brand to communicate with the customer. We'll look into that. And then Matt, just a little joke here from Peter Newell. He says, "You still owe him and Marie a dinner at next year's Marketers Cruise. He has a Hawks memory and he won't forget." All right.
Oh, yeah. Trust me, I'll be more than happy to go to Marketers Cruise with you next year.
All right, Matt. So now, folks, what we're looking at is Matt is inside of Invoicer, which we were toying with the name. We originally put it on Invoice Bug. So we have the domain invoicebug.com and we have invoicer.gg, and we went with Invoicer because we just felt like if you have a bug with the software, people are going to be like, that's why they call it Invoice Bug. So we're going with invoicer.gg, and Matt's going to show you how that works. And remember, if you want his screen to be any bigger, just click the full screen icon in the video.
Yeah, it starts to look funky.
Yeah, no, Matt, you could leave it for what's comfortable for you, and they could just hit the full screen if they have to.
Okay, right. Cool, guys. So look, this is a software with no bug. That's why we changed it to Invoicer. The idea behind it is you have the ability to create invoices for your customer. If you're a web agency, it can be super useful. You can send an invoice via text messages or via email. You can do either one-off invoices or recurring invoices. Very easy. It's so fast. You can go to create invoice, choose your invoice. So say I'm going to send a bill to Scale already. You can create a list of pre-made products. So for example, here, I don't know what I have in there, I forgot. But you can create a list of pre-made. The Zoom is really messing me up, guys. So I got to zoom out. There we go. Now I can see what's going on in the bottom. So for example, a coaching session, 1 hour coaching, and you click continue to go ahead and email the bill. The bill will be emailed to the customer. You can modify the look and feel on your bill. You can put your notes, your terms and conditions, all that kind of stuff you might need. The bill goes out by clicking send invoice. You can modify your email real quick in case you want to do a particular text for a customer. The bill goes out, and now you can go straight to your email. And what you'll see is something like this, where the customer is actually able to pay their bill. Here are some really, really cool features. If the customer has ever paid you in the past, it's going to number.
Matt, if that opened in a new window, we're not seeing it.
Of course you don't. My bad. Thank you for letting me know. I keep on doing that when I demo this software. So the invoice will look like this. In case you have a small screen like I do now, you can click Pay Now. It's going to scroll down to the payment section. If the customer has paid the invoice previously, then you can just click on Pay Now. It's going to remember his credit card number from last time. Otherwise, you can pay with card and add a new credit card number. We have a very, very cool feature that I didn't show there, which is actually the ability to add a platform fee. right? So for those of you that are tired of paying 3% to Visa MasterCards, you can go to settings, payment, and you can enable a platform fee right here. And the best part,
hold on just a second. I really want to capture everybody's attention here, guys, because I know, this is a 3.5 hour live stream. We're going through, and here's another feature. This is the showstopper, and this is what makes Invoicer different than anything else out there. We developed this as a platform fee, and it's the only way that makes it easy for you, because getting around these things with MasterCard and Visa card is actually not allowed to pass the fees onto a customer. But this is a platform fee, so it's a fee to the platform, meaning it's our fee. So what that means is, you just in a nutshell, if you have a $3,000 invoice you're sending to somebody, you're going to pay somewhere of about $120 in merchant processing fees when you do that. That's just 4%. And like I said, if you think you're paying 2.9 to Stripe, look at upload your statement to them and say, what is the fee that I paid based on the amount that I charged? And you're going to find out it's about 4.25. And so what you can do when you do this setting is you could set it that the user pays the platform fee. So that means if you want to get $3,000 from the customer, you're going to get $3,000. You're not going to get $28.50, losing $150. And you start adding that up over the years, and you start finding out you're paying $7,000 a year in fees that this is going to save you. And on top of that, what's really cool, Matt's going to talk to you about in a minute, is what we do with ACH in a minute. If they want to avoid paying those fees, they could pay you using ACH. We've cut a deal with a third-party company. You will connect to them in here. We'll give you a button. You connect to them. You pay them $10 a month, and then you could collect ACH at a 1% fee with a cap of $25. And so what that means is, if you want to send somebody a $5,000 invoice, if you were to have them pay on a credit card or send it with a traditional invoice software, you're going to be looking at $200 in cost. But if you can either pass the fees to them, but if they don't want to pay the fee, they can do the ACH, and then that would cost you just $25 as opposed to $2,500. And you would get the money instantly, and they can't charge it back.
No. It takes
not instantly. ACH, whatever that takes. Like
depends.
Is it that long? I thought it was like sometimes same day. They're just doing it so fast.
It depends, right? Do you do it before 5 p.m. or do it after 5 p.m.? And then it's got to go to the clearinghouse, and then the clearinghouse has to send it to your bank. And sometimes the bank can sit on it for 1 day. So it can indeed take 3 to 4 days, and sometimes it's a little bit faster. These are good days. Okay. All
right, back to you, Matt.
So guys, and I'll show you what it looks like. So you can enable your platform fee right here. Right now, I think we will have a cap at about 3.5%. Right now, the software is a little bit unlocked, but I think we'll have somewhat of a cap just to meet banking requirements. You will be able to enable ACH.
Matt, can you stop that dinging noise? Is that possible?
I know it's my son is freaking out.
It is so loud.
I'm sorry, I have no idea. Let me see. Yeah, I'm putting my computer to sleep. Let's see if that happens.
Yeah, do not disturb.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
And now I just enabled ACH transfer. So let me show you a little bit how different the experience is going to be on that invoice. And all I'm going to do is reopen that same invoice that we sent earlier. Imagine, guys, that this is getting to your customer's email, right?
What happened, Matt?
And there we go. So that these emails are going to have. So now you're going to have, I can't get him to stop. This is what happens when you have a teenager sometimes. Okay, guys, can you guess in my screen? Okay, let me.
Yeah, we see the screen.
I'm going to put 3.5%. I'm going to enable ACH. What I have to use, I will do last time, save my changes. There we go. Come back, and let me show you what the invoice look like.
Matt? What are you demoing right now? We don't.
What happens once you enable ACH and the platform fee? So it's going to be slightly different in the invoice itself. And it didn't really. So you see now there's a platform fee here. Because the customer has paid before by credit card, it's not offered the ACH option. And these are all switches you can turn on or off, but that's how I have it configured now. And then for the customer, just gets one click at this point to pay, because we already know his payment method. If it was a new invoice, he would say, hey, do you want to pay via ACH or credit card? And it saves a fee. But the bottom line is you're now getting more money for instead of just the basic $9.97. You just gotten $9.97 plus the $34.90 in platform fee.
So you have two different types of people that will use a platform like Groove. We spoke about it the other day. There are digital marketers that have customers, and there are service-based businesses that have clients. So this doesn't apply to you if you have customers. What are businesses that have customers? Businesses that have customers like to use the web. They don't like to necessarily see their customers. They don't know their customers' faces at checkout. They're using funnels. They're using things like GrooveSell. The customers self-checkout. They self-fulfill. They log in. They get their course, and that's it. That type of business will usually sell courses, and you'll meet people usually at live events, but for the most part, the customer is doing their own self-checkout. And I'll just put my face on right here so we don't distract while Matt's moving his mouse around. So somebody that's doing their own self-checkout, that is a customer-based business. Groove is very much like that. We have software, you guys check out, you manage your own subscriptions, and we don't get involved in a sales process when we are doing business with you. We have fixed pricing. If you want to buy it, this is the price, you check out, and if you don't buy it. That is what you would call a customer-based business. A client-based business is client services. And those are people that do coaching and consulting, lawyers, accountants, agencies, SEO, local businesses, AI automation. That type of business is a little bit different. You're not looking for customers. You can't scale to 1,000 customers or 3,000 customers like you can with an info product business. What you're looking for are 15 to 20 to 25 clients that you serve every Friday at 2 p.m. You do your consulting or your coaching. And when the way that you get that person is not with self-checkout. That client will usually go to your website, watch a video, book onto a calendar. After they book on a calendar, they'll meet you on Zoom. You go through the pipe leads that we showed you. You're going through different forms of negotiation. You make a custom deal with that person, and you create a contract with that person. We're going to talk about contracts in just a minute. And once you do that, you then say, okay, then you want the invoice this way. I'll send it to you, Mr. Jones. Very good. And you send the invoice. So if you're looking at that software and you're saying, but I have GrooveSell and there's going to be ScaleGG, what do we need invoice software for? You're most likely in a customer-based business where your users check out with a checkout link at GrooveSell. Client-based businesses are, like we said, people, attorneys, lawyers, people that are looking for clients. You know your clients face-to-face. You negotiate with them. You invoice. You send them contracts. They sign. And that's what Invoicer is for. And other platforms out there are very, very expensive to use. We are the only platform out there that allows you to pass the fee onto them. And for ACH, we're cheaper than anybody else combined. And that will be included for lifetime members of Groove, automatically free, or anybody with a Scale Plus subscription. Matt, I'm going to show your screen back again. If there was anything else you wanted to show, or unless you wanted to move on to the lead generation software.
Basically, that's what the payment method will look like for somebody that has ACH enabled. So you can use a card on file from a previous method, use a new card, and again, they pay a platform fee. With ACH, we show zero fees, right? And you on your side, it costs you about up to $25. On $1,000, it would cost you $10.
All right.
What you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to take a quick step to get everything going, which is gonna be, and you will not be able to see that in this demo, but you'll click here, and that will get your merchant application going. And so it's not really a merchant application because we're a PayFac, but they're gonna ask you, a few questions to make sure you're not selling, illegal product or anything of that nature. The idea of the software is anytime you want to send a bill to someone, you can do it here. You get paid a little bit faster, your customer get nagged, and you can make your invoice look any way you want it to, and you get to save money by passing on the platform fee to your customer.
Okay,
cool.
And yeah, very good, Matt. We got more software to show. Matt, just I'm just going to answer this question from May. She says, then how does Lifetime Fitness pass its fees to its members, which it does? Yeah, MasterCard and Visa Card doesn't want you passing on the fees. So they come with different things like a platform fee. And they call it these different fees. They can't call it the merchant processing fee. And it's frowned upon by the people. But we're a platform, so we can do that.
What was it? Lifetime Fitness, you said?
There's a company called Lifetime Fitness, and they make
you
people
can get
pay.
a special permission to do that. And then what's happening is you have to meet all kind of signage requirements. It's a little bit complicated because they're doing it legally. There's ways to do it. Basically, they have to offer you a cash discount. It's called a cash discount program. And they have to show dual pricing everywhere in their building. You pay $99 cash or 103 with credit card processing. If they're not doing that, they're not compliant.
All right, very good. Let's move on. That was PipeLeads.ai CRM. So it's like you have your own pipe drive now to manage leads. And do you need that in Groove if you're in a customer-based business? No. You use things like GrooveMail or Tiny Email, right? You're doing broadcast email. If you're in a client services businesses where you have a salesperson and you're getting people on a call and they're going to think about it, that's where in the past you used to use something like PipeDrive, and we've created PipeLeads for you. Okay, and you get access to that as a lifetime member of Groove. And then we showed you how you invoice that person. The next thing we're going to show you now is how you actually find leads for your business. So Matt, when you boot that up, let me know, and let's keep that down to a 5-minute demo. As we are coming up to the 3-hour mark in about 15 minutes, and we still have 10 more software to go. We'll do a deep dive on these next week. We'll do a full hour on these. So Matt, let me know when you're ready, and we will pop that in.
There we go. I think you can pop it in now. It should be there, no?
Yep. I almost did a Michael Scott, but I won't say that.
All right, guys. So this is a great tool. And what we're going to do is, because I have problems sharing my screen, I have to change windows every time. But the idea is we're going to combine that within your CRM as well. It's a system that can help you find leads or enhance leads. You have different way of doing searches. One of the basic search could be people search, local search, you got company search. You can do searches by domain. And one of my favorite is influencer search, right? You can say, I'm looking for somebody who's got more than 30,000 followers and put all kind of requirements, maybe a very specific hashtag. But you're oftentimes able to get a lot of information about your followers, right? Here it's from 10,000 to, say you're looking for somebody between 40,000 to 80,000 subscriber maybe that are between the age and so on and so on. You get the idea. I'm going to put a couple of value here, maybe between the age of 25 and 45, and ask you about all kind of stuff, right? Your engagement, what language and what kind of influencer you're looking for, and so on, gender, and so on. So say I'm looking for a guy, and maximum last post, it will go ahead and do a search. Or you can even search by their audience itself, by a username, and all kind of information in order to do an influencer search. And
the first thing you have to do, Matt, normally you have to create a list first, right?
Right. So I had one already made. Sorry, guys, I kind of cheated for the idea, for the benefit of going a little bit faster. But the idea is every time you do a search, you're inserting into a list, and you populate your data into a list, and then you can start working within that list. So here we found 15 results. I don't really know what requirement meant, but we know this guy meets all of the requirements that I've asked for, right? And then you can, I think I should have at least put United States there to help out. But we know, for example, Dr. Antonio Melo's got 80,000 followers, which I think is a requirement I did put in, Mark Baccarat, and so on. And then if we want more information about these guys, then we can click on their Instagram, see their post right away.
We don't see it, Matt, when you click.
Yeah. Okay, I went to another screen, but you can have a quick access to their account. We can do some searches that maybe can be a little bit more business related, such as a people search. So here the idea is to search by a specific kind of role. So say you are a Mike. You want to give me an example? A web. Let's say you are looking for web.
Let's say lawyers.
Okay.
Let's say you have a business doing SEO for attorneys. So you would type in lawyers.
Right, and maybe you want to reach out to them, right? Maybe you want them to be a little bit closer, so you can even kind of narrow where you're doing your search. Here I can say, hey, I'm looking for lawyers in Florida, for example. Give me 10 results. And we can even expand and have more filters, right? Be very specific. Maybe I'm looking for a director within a law firm or a partner, different levels. Maybe I'm looking for a specific company, right? If you do a search for lawyers with a company named Groove Digital, it won't come up with anything, but you might know of a specific lawyer you want to search. What kind of schoolings they have, the more information you put in, the more you're going to get the information, very tailored to what you're looking for. And here we're just going to do a broad search on lawyers. And here are a few lawyers that come back to us. Say I want more information about Dennis. You can click there, or several more, and you can actually add them to your list as you go along. So for example, I'm going to ask this guy, add them to the list. Bulk. Whoops. I think I'm doing something wrong here. Did I? Let me see. Let me try.
No, I think you do from up at the top. You scroll back up.
I don't know what I just did.
No, you went too far up.
Yeah, it's a massive.
You just click add to list there.
Yeah, there we go. Three
Like
records. Boom. There we go. And I'm going to put it to the attorneys. There we go. And so then when we go back to our list, we can actually start to do even more research on the specific attorneys that we found, right? So for example, we've got Vladimir. We can go in and ask the system to go out and fetch phone number or fetch email or fetch any information. For example, here, can click, here it's asking me for it. So it means AI had a hard time finding that specific information, but we can get the AI to go out and be even more aggressive in finding some information for us by enhancing a lead. So say I click this guy here. I'm always having a little bit of a hard time to use this app, but there is a way I can start doing all the enhancement with him. Let's see.
Yes, you can pull these into the CRM. You can import them into the CRM, Kim.
Right. But I don't know. Let me see. Here I can get the phone number by clicking here. Result was queued to enrich. And now we have the phone number for Lord Hill. There we go. Phone number is not available, unfortunately. So sometimes AI is not able to give us some good data.
Scraping.
It's better, right? Depending how much information is out there. Anyway, what you can do is you can really start scraping very deep into the information, and you can see their job history. You can get all kind of information. You can tag them, bring it back to your CRM, start an email campaign, do all kind of automation from here. And here,
guys, we'll do a deep dive on this next week. We'll be doing a deep dive on this and integrating it with the CRM. So, Matt, we've got a few more to go through, so we'll probably just leave it there unless there's anything specific you want to share.
We got to refine this demo quite a bit more, but so there we go, guys. So the idea really is to do data enrichment and get more information for each of your leads. And it's working great. I'm just not the best at using it yet.
All right, so we're going to move on. Matt, you had said, just thinking, I thought you said there was something else about, the documents. I'll get to the documents later with the PDF signer. Yeah. Okay. All right, everybody. Matt, I'll send you back to the lobby, and you should be all set. All right. All right, guys, let's see where we're at right now. And I'm gonna fly through these, and we're just gonna do deep dives. I'm gonna try to get us done in the next 10 minutes, but I doubt that it's gonna happen. It's just, there's a lot of stuff to go over here. But so we've gone through click campaigns, courses, affiliate pages, pipe leads, the lead finder we saw the CRM before that, and we saw the invoice software. All right. So we are going to now move to, this is hdhelpdesk.com. This is a help desk software that we've created for you. You'll be getting access to this very, very soon. Let me log in, show you. Groove is the help desk, and Let me log into that. I never logged in on this computer before. Login failed, which, bear with me a second, guys. Did I spell that right? Boink. Let me log in the production environment. Let's just boot up, folks. This will just take a minute, and I'll sign in there. It takes about 30 seconds to boot up. All right, let's log in here. Maybe I have a production database that's different. Sign in, right? Groove. Oh, maybe I did Mike at Groove Digital. Yeah, I think that's the problem. Hold on. Let's go back to, yeah, I think that's the problem. I think it's Mike at Groove Digital. My bad. Well, that's not working there. Let's try in the production environment. I'll try both. And if not, I'll just create a new account. Got that right? Looks right. Oh, all right. Well, we're in. Okay. So I think I have a different database live than the one I have for production. So the way this works, folks, you first come in here, you set up your help desk. We have a little wizard here that you walk through. So this is your help desk that users will see. All right. And there's more to it. This is not, it's not dressed up with logo and colors. So you can come in here and you can choose a custom theme if you want to just set your own colors for your brand. But we have some preset themes for you in light mode or dark mode. And if we choose them down here, you basically can preview everything down here. But I kind of like more of a color like this. And then you can open the portal and see how it looks. You can see if we change the color to something like a yellow, it would open the portal in a yellow color. And obviously, if we did like a dark mode like this, then the portal will be in dark mode. So you would then upload your, let's just keep it indigo. You could upload your logo. You can set a custom domain for it so that your portal, and by the way, this is because we're on the production environment. This would probably look more like this. If you don't want to use your portal will look something like that, okay? HD Help Desk, but it's much better for you to just use your custom domain. You have your live chat settings. You can come in here and turn that on, and then your help desk will have live chat, and then you can handle the live chat when you log in here. Knowledge base will allow you to create different articles that users can read your article. And this is where you create your canned responses so that when you're actually answering tickets and different things like that. So it's a nice, simple help desk that you have that, I don't know about you, if you've ever tried to use a help desk like Zendesk or Help Scout and all these things, they just got so much bloat. And at the end of the day, you just want to have a simple portal where people can either email you or they could log in. And from the user's point of view, when they go in to create a ticket, they create a support ticket like this, and they're creating their own account here. And then what happens, you'll notice if they want to view their tickets, we will send them a one-time code. So they don't even have to log in. They just put their email address, hit send link, and then they get a one-time link to their support desk. So they don't have to remember their username and password. All right. So that is HD help desk. So you'll have a help desk. We have quizfunnels.gg. I'm not going to do a full demo on this. Let me see if we could log in here from the production. From the live build. Bear with me. Is it chatbot? Is it a chatbot with info you upload? No, it's live chatbot to an actual human agent. It's live chatbot to an actual human agent, Kevin. But we do have a chatbot for you if you want that, and then you'll be able to put that there. So I'm not going to spend too much time in here. Let's just log into the dashboard here. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So this is a quiz software. The way this works like this is you create a quiz. And when you, let's just edit this one. This is just a demo. You walk through, you choose your theme and your design. You say when they're done, where do we redirect the people? And then you set up your different questions and multiple choice. And when you're done, what you'll get is you'll get the embed code that you will simply click right here, and you get the embed code and you paste that on your Groove page, and it works like an opt-in form. And as people go through the wizard, it works on a Groove page. And when it's done with the wizard, it will redirect the people, and you'll have all of your data in here. We'll do a deep dive on this in the coming weeks. I do want to try to get us out of here by 4 o'clock. I got to get back up to my mom. Matt has to get back up there. We've got a lot more to cover. Here is Calendar Bug. I could bring Matt back on to show this, but I'm not going to. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to sign in real quick. Let me see if we have that here with the Replit, and it has my email address. And some of these need to redirect to the dashboard after signing. Guys, we have created, we promised you Groove Calendar. We have created a calendar called calendarbug.com that will allow you basically to, it's like Calendly. We've created a calendar software for you. If you like Calendly, like I do, I got a subscription. I don't know what it's costing me. Maybe free. Maybe it's $10 a month. I don't know. Whatever the case is, but if you want something that's going to integrate more with your workflows, like your pipe lead CRM, that we've created for you with pipe leads. You want something that's going to integrate more with Groove. Yes, you will have a calendar software. Deep dives coming on all of these products. This one I'm kind of excited for you. Let's see where we are here. We are now at Funnel Mapper. So we have we've done Invoicer, we've done Brand Baser. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more to go through. And I'm going to go through real quick. Deep dives will be coming soon. So Funnel Mapper is pretty cool. If you're familiar with Giru, that was purchased by ClickFunnels from John Reese. This is very, very similar to Funnelytics and Giru. This needs a little bit of polish, but again, you will see that all of these products are going to be being released, some on Monday and then some the next week, etc. And by the end of the month, everything. And so this product right here, I'll just click on a pre-made product. You get it, right? So you've got all of these different things that you could drag onto the canvas, right? So let me just start a new one for you. We'll create a new project. We will call it Scale Demo. ScaleGG. Scale Demo. Create a project. We're going to end up right on the canvas over here. You can choose, let's just add an opt-in page. You drag it onto the canvas, and then you can see I can move the canvas with my mouse, or I can switch to this mode and then do the drag and drop. I prefer this. You've got the ability to, click and drag things, typical canvas. So you've got pages. We've got like high ticket sales things that if you want some of the things we spoke about today, like, pay by phone, Zoom, payment plans, etc. Over here, we have traffic sources. So they'll usually go over to the left. So you'll say, okay, I want to do a paid ad, and we want to do YouTube ads. And you would then connect these things here like that until that thing highlights. Then you drop it just like that. What else do you have? Social media. You have email and communication things. You have funnel and logic flow, like if you want to split things, if this or a split test, action events, like a button click, AI calling, AI automation, voice to text, chat GPT. You're basically building out a canvas. Do you want to have somebody end up in your Facebook group when it's all said and done, or do you want them to end up in your courses.gg members area? You put that here just like that. Want to delete it? Just move it off the canvas. I think you get the point. We have lots of different things that you can add onto the canvas. Once you do that, you will come into here and you will click on this settings tab and say, okay, the opt-in page will convert at 33%, and you'll click save. And then you will then add a sales page onto here like this. You would connect this to the sales page. Let's move this like this. You can take these things and kind of do, these types of things for it. You would come in here, say what does this sales page convert at? Let's say 2%. Now the sales page actually has pricing, so you have to add a pricing option. So we'll call this annual. That's $497. Let's make that recurring, right? This is just all for simulation. Is there a trial or not? And you can then put some things into here as if you had a second price point, like what percentage of customers are going to take everything and your refund rate. We'll just click save. I think you get the point. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time. We'll deep dive this next. But what you get here is you can do view analytics, and it's going to give you a report on your metrics to tell you, okay, your advertising is going to cost you this much. And I didn't have these things completed, so it's telling you validation issues because I didn't connect all the nodes. But I think you get it. You'll say, okay, if we have 1,000 people coming into the funnel here, and we have another 1,000 people coming in here. It's basically, when you click here, you'll see it's telling you how many visitors are coming in and how much you make. This is a nice little funnel simulator. Lucius in the team is already using it. When I tell him, hey, Lucius, for the live stream, I want people to come here. I need a page for the lifetime members, and he puts it all here. And you have, now look, a lot of these things can be done with something like ScaleGG or any software. What's really important about this is that we have the analytics the simulation to tell you what you could pay for media and what conversion rate. You could say, all right, well, what if we need to get the conversion rate up to 40%? How is that going to affect everything? And let's say we raise our price, or we change the conversion rate to 3.5% if we get better sales copy. And then you would go back and then look at the analytics, and you could see, okay, now we're profitable. Okay, so that's the next software there. We went over Invoicer. Let's go over Chatbaser. Chatbaser is very much a clone of chatbase.co. We have chatbaser.ai. So this will basically allow you to go in and train your agent by adding files like you would with anything else. And then you click retrain chatbot. You can paste text in there. You can scrape websites. And you can add your own Q&A. And then you go into the agent settings. Okay. And you will design the chat interface to look like your brand. That's all here. All of these different changes all show up here. If you want your color to be synced up here, it's all here. I think you've seen these things before. Do you want your chatbot to be public or private only on certain pages? And then you go to the activity, and you could see conversations that people have had. Let me go back a previous month when I was probably working on this. Let's say, okay, previous month. So you could see this was me testing it like that. You can see different conversations. You can go into the playground and test it out. Hello, what is the price? And this is all based on the knowledge base that it was trained on. And there we go. So it was searching the knowledge base, and it comes back and it gives the information. You have analytics, so you could see where people are coming from. You have your deploy. So if you want to put the chat bubble in the bottom corner of a website, it's here. And if you want to embed the iframe at your help desk, it's here. I wish I had more time to go over this with you guys, but you'll be able to create unlimited AI agents. We will be paying for all of the credits for you. Somebody asked before, in the lead generation software, we pay, to get leads, it costs about $5,000 a month for us to tap into the big data. And so you will be getting a certain amount of credits per month, or we may just dump them all and just say, hey, these are your credits for the year. And then after that, you can buy lead credits that you can buy for more. You'll get a decent amount of credits before you have to pay. And then if you want to top up on that, you could top up on that. All right. So next, but for the Chatbaser, we just pay for that automatically for you. Brandbaser, we went over. Let me play that video for you at Brandbaser. We're going to take, I'll speed this up here, and this will basically be, I don't know, maybe I'm going to double this to 2x. It'll be a little fast, and we'll get this done in a few minutes so you understand why this is such an important software to use.
Same here, and I'm the creator of Brandbaser. This is a free application that I made. Originally, I made it for myself so that I can get more out of AI, and I'm going to show you how you can use it. So let me first show you the concept first so you completely understand. All right, you've seen ChatGPT before. You've been told about prompt engineering, and that means you have to start from scratch every single time. You see, ChatGPT doesn't have any instructions on what it needs to do. It doesn't know its role, and it also doesn't know anything about you, your product, your service, your mission, your vision, your customer, your features, advantage, benefits, your price points. It doesn't know anything about what keeps your customer up at night, what are their objections, and how you handle it, and how you solve their problems, and how you deliver them to the promised land. And in fact, every single time you want to write something to ChatGPT, it doesn't know anything on what it needs to write. What is the topic that we're writing? And that's why I created Brandbaser. So let me jump in right here and show you this presentation right here, and it'll give you more information. Okay, you see, Brandbaser, what it does is it handles 3 specific things that are important for ChatGPT to give you content that's literally going to make you cry when you see it. And let's go over those 3 things right now. All right, the intersection of these 3 circles is what we're looking for. Number 1,
and not just ChatGPT, it works for any AI platform. Obviously, things like Claude, but things like Click Campaigns or these new AI platforms that I'm about to show you in just a minute. Anything that needs context, you can upload this. You'll fill this out once, and it knows everything about your business. So let's keep listening.
we need a brand knowledge base. This is what the AI knows. It's your company's DNA, your values, your voice, your product details, your audience, their pain points, etc. We call this a brand knowledge base. That's why we call this a brand base. Hence the name brandbaser.com. This is the foundation that helps any AI project, whether you're using a third-party tool or you're using something like ChatGPT projects or Claude projects. And we'll get to that in just a minute. Next is the role or the special instructions. This is basically how the AI thinks. You're telling it who to be, essentially a direct response copywriter, a launch strategist, or basically do your SEO, and it tells it how to behave and what the tone and structure and goals are. Great. Now that it knows everything about your business and everything about your customer, and it knows its role and how to write the content, it still needs to know, what are we putting in the chat today? What are we talking about today? And that's what I call the action brief. This is the focus, what it's doing now. And we created a prompt wizard that asks you 9 different questions, and then it builds the prompt that we're going to put into ChatGPT. So this trifecta that you're getting right here about your brand business, the special instructions, and what we're writing about today is going to give you copy that or blog content that is literally going to bring a tear to your eye. And from there, it doesn't matter what language model you're using, or ChatGPT or Claude, you're going to get the best output, which is going to give you better leads, better conversions, better customers, better open rates, click-through rates, and eventually more money into your bank account. So let's now take a look at the actual tool itself. Okay, so here we are in the dashboard. At any time, you can click Create Brand Base, and you'll see your latest 3 here. But to see all your brands, you'll click right here. And you'll see I have 3 different brands that I've answered 20 questions about. So if we're going to talk about your brand, this is the first part of the 3. We need to create a brand base. And as you see here, I can edit this, and I can look at this document, and it tells me everything that we need to know about my business. I answered all of these questions. Now, you're going to want to do the same. So you will simply click Create a Brand Base. You'll give it the name of your company. Okay, you'll give it a description, and then you walk through the wizard and you answer the 20 questions. Okay, and if you want to click right here, you can click Start Recording, and it will record your answers like this. And when you're done, you'll see everything here, or you can type it, whatever you think is best. Once you put all the questions in, you will then complete your brand document. So you can see these are the questions right here. I'm just going to go through them real quick. I want to get to question number 11 for you, and then question number 17 is the same thing. So let's just get to that. Okay, you see right here, this will give you examples of what demographics and psychographics are. And you'll also notice in 17 where we talk about features, advantages, and benefits of the benefits. This is one of the most important parts of the brand base. And then what we call the promised land, the benefit of the benefit. You'll see the examples right here. And so I've given some examples on how that works. Okay, and that will help you write this better. And then when you're done, let's just complete. And just like that, we got the confetti and we're all done. And we can now hit refresh, and we'll see our new brand document right here. Now we have one more thing that we added here for you. If you were using the recording feature, you might have said ums and ahs. What you can do now is you can click clone and enhance with AI, and this will make a clone of this document, but it'll tighten your answers up for you. All right, let me delete this document because we don't need it. I actually have my brands. What you're going to want to do is simply click edit if you want to make any changes, but most likely you'll just hit export plain text. This will put it onto your desktop with the name, and it'll say brand base or 20 questions, and you'll hit save, and you'll have it on your desktop. You've just completed one of the 3 things that you need for this trifecta to make the perfect output for your copy. All right, number 2, what you need to do is you need to create ChatGPT projects. You want to create 4 projects. 1 to do your direct response emails, 1 to do your content-based emails, 1 to do.
And by the way, guys, this is now when you go into Brandbaser, you will see. Let me come here. That we have added. There used to be these 4. We've added now 12 different project instructions in there. So let's get back to the video. And where was that video?
This is a free application that I made. Originally, I made it for myself so that I can get more out of AI, and I'm going to show you how you can use it.
AI, and this will make a clone of this. 3 things that you need for this trifecta to make the plugin basically tells it you have the prompt pre-written here for you.
Sorry,
you want to create 4 projects. 1 to do your direct response emails, 1 to do your content-based emails, 1 to do your content-based blogging for SEO, and your direct response marketing. And you'll notice each of these things for the blogging basically tells it you have the prompt pre-written here for you. And if you want to write good emails that get good click-through rates, open rates, and make people buy when they get to the page or register when they get to the webinar, you want to use these project instructions. So let me show you how this works. You're going to need to create 4 separate projects. I'm going to create just 1 today, and we're going to create 1 for Brandbaser. So I'm going to go to ChatGPT. Now I already have one, but I'll show you. Basically, you can see Brandbaser direct response email. So let's just create one here. You're going to name your company. So it'll be your company, right? And so I'm just going to call it Brandbaser, and then I'm going to call it this right here. DR emails, or you can write direct response emails, but I'm just going to call it DR emails because I know that means direct response. Then you'll make another project called your company name, direct response marketing, and you'll make another project called your company name, content emails, and your 4th and last project called your company name, content SEO blogs. All right, so I'm going to make the first project. I'm only going to make 1. I think you get it. I don't need to make all 4. So let's create the project. It's going to take a few seconds for that to bake. And once we have that, you're going to see there's 2 things that are very important. Number 1, you need your project instructions. So let's go here, click. Since we're doing the email one, we're going to click copy. And we can close that. And now we're going to put the instructions into here, just like this, one time. And we hit save. And now we have instructions that this project knows everything it does and needs to write the emails like that. Now, I want to let you know one other thing. In these instructions, I have it writing like Gary Halbert, Frank Kern, and Mike Filsaime. Why? Because I'm Mike Filsaime. You can go into that project and you can change that if you like different copywriters, and you can amend this to work better for your brand. Maybe you have a more feminine voice. That's the best thing about this is it's not like a GPT that you're using somebody else's. Here, you can tweak it to work better for what's best for you. Okay, we have the instructions. Now we need to add the file. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click here, go to my desktop. Here's my Brandbaser 20 questions, right, that we just exported. I'm going to load that up. You got to wait until you see the little file icon here before you close this. We're not done yet. Okay, and now that we're added here, we're done. Okay, so now we have a project any single time we want to get good output. It knows everything about my brand and it knows the instructions. The only problem is, what do we put here? Well, I have something else for you. Let's take a look. This is what we call the action brief. Now, in the instructions down here at the bottom, you will see that you can use the ChatGPT wizard if you prefer to use it in ChatGPT. Instead, it'll just look just like this. It's the same exact thing, but you're using it in ChatGPT, and it'll have a record and it'll keep them. You can see I even keep mine pinned right here. Now, you can use it in our application right here by clicking create an action brief, and your last, I think 5 or 10 will show up in your history here. Okay. All right, let's see how this works. This is going to ask us 9 questions that are important about getting good content. So we're just going to go through here real quick. I'm not going to spend a ton of time doing this because I want to get this demo quick, but let's see. First question says, what are we doing today? So here you put email, landing page, VSL, whatever. Today we're going to write an email, right? Next, let's go to the next one. What is the topic? All right, let's actually do one for Brandbaser. Here, this is similar to like a headline or the blog title if this was a blog, right? So we're just going to put here, how to get the most out of ChatGPT, and or Claude, we'll even put here, or Claude. You'll even notice I have a little microphone here for you that if you want to use your microphone as well, or instead of typing. So let's just answer that here. Let's go through the rest of these questions. Here, what are the 3 talking points you want to talk about? You can do 1, 2, 3, 5 talking points. The more you put, the better content you're going to get. So I'm just going to press a little button that'll transcribe this for me. All right, let's get to question 4. What is the main hook? Well, this gives you an example. For hours, it's going to be something like this. ChatGPT sucks, and here's how to fix it. All right, we're going to go to question number 5 right now. So why are we sending this message today? Let's see. Brandbaser is a new app that I just came out with, and it's going to sell for $47, but today you can get it for free. All right, question number 6. Who is this for? This is for my loyal subscribers and customers. All right, we have 3 more questions, 7, 8, 9. What is the urgency? Sign up today because you can get it for free. Very soon, it will go to $47. Right, you would put any urgency or scarcity that you have. What's the call to action? Click the link in the email and sign up for free. Now, you might say something like join the webinar, watch the webinar replay, register for the webinar, etc. Whatever the call to action is. Okay, and so now here you go. You see it changed it to long. And so now we can simply just take this information right here and see we've gotten rid of blank page syndrome. Now you go to ChatGPT in your project. It knows everything about your business, your company, your product, your price points, your customers' pain points, how you solve it, your promised land features, advantages, and benefits. It knows that this is for email. So I simply paste this in here just like this. And you'll see I told it to use the canvas. And when we click right here, we're going to see we're going to get some really good copy. So we get a subject line, a preview snippet, and this is honestly fantastic copy. It's actually describing the product that you're getting right now. And you can see this is really, really, really good copy. All right. And so that's it. And if you wanted to do this in Claude, you would do the same thing. You would go to Claude. So I'm not going to show you that. You would click on projects. Let's close that. So that, folks, that is Brandbaser. And it's really one of the most important products that we have in this, because you're going to be able to use it with any AI platform. It's really, really incredible. You can actually see, I'm telling you, when I use ChatGPT, all of my projects that I have here all refer to, and you can see they all have my brand-based documents. It's made my life so simple. And then bringing that over into Click campaigns, and then these additional AI platforms that we have here for you. So we went over Chatbaser, Brandbaser, ScaleGPT. Let me show you this. It's actually ScaleGPTs.com. I got to get that fixed. It's actually, I don't know why I'm typing it. I think I have it right here. All right. So let me tell you what ScaleGPTs is. So we're going to put my little face on the screen here for now. All right. Groove.ai. I know you guys paid lifetime for Groove.ai. The way that it was built with ChatGPT assistance, I'll share my screen here so that you can see. Let's just put right here. Let's go to ChatGPT. Let's ask, is the assistance API from ChatGPT? Yes. OpenAI has officially announced that their assistance API will be deprecated, sunsetted on August 26th of 2026. So that's about 10 months from now. Everything that was built on Groove.ai is going to be deprecated, essentially. They've moved to a new thing called the Responses API. It's just better. When the internet first came out, they were coming up with these new things like vector databases and RAG, and like it was all of these building blocks that just didn't exist. And then what slowly started happening is ChatGPT is slowly putting all of these startups like this Chat PDF that was doing $20,000 a month. One day that was out of business. And so they've created an API that just makes development a lot easier. And if we go to Groove.ai and we sign in, when we first started, there was a lot of things that ChatGPT didn't have. I believe if we just go to okay, that would be the app. They don't have it on the desktop, but let me just load up the app here. Bear with me. Got to verify it's me. Use a phone. Okay. Assign this QR code with my Gmail app. Okay. Bear with me, folks. QR code. Sign in with passkey. Use passkey. All right, that should sign us in over here. Just logging into the ChatGPT app. So I know that they added, okay, yeah, search, right? So back when we were creating Groove AI, we used to talk about like how frustrating it was that you couldn't search. The next thing that we added was projects, right? And we're like, hey, you want to organize your stuff in projects. They didn't have projects. We added projects. The next thing that we had was like we added the knowledge base, but now they allow you to upload files, and they have a 1 million token context window, which in ChatGPT is basically meaning you could upload. I think the 4 Harry Potter books is basically 1 million tokens. So you could upload 4 Harry Potter books and talk to it. This essentially became obsolete. We had these presets here, which was pretty cool. But the truth is, like with what you can do with Brandbaser, this stuff was, doing the temperature and all this stuff. This stuff is no longer important. And then we had things here like adding the document here, and then ChatGPT added Canvas, right? And they basically slowly added all of the features that made this unique. And the only thing that we were left with at that point were these applications, which quite frankly, about 50 of them need to go because they were designed for when ChatGPT didn't have context and certain things like that. So basically what I'm saying is, sometimes companies just run you over, and we have to relook at the current landscape. And so what we're going to be doing, since this is all going to be deprecated, is we created ScaleGPTs, and I'll just log in just real quick to this. And I believe I'm logging in as an admin. And so you'll see here, this was Amanda's GPT that we tested this. What we are going to do is we are going to import all of those GPTs. We're going to create the 10 to 12 important GPTs, and then maybe add some more that are like more important. And in fact, like even the way that it worked before, you got to remember at one point when ChatGPT came out, it had a 4,000 token context window. That was 3,000 words. Then they went to 8,000, then 32,000, then 200,000, and now they're at 1 million. So before, when we were trying to get timestamps out of a YouTube video, you could only load up 15 minutes at a time. You had to click next 5. So the game has now changed where we're going to update the GPTs and they're going to live inside of ScaleGPT. So basically, for your AI needs, we had promised you with Groove AI, Chatbaser, you will get that. Brandbaser is an incredible document that helps these things work. You will have all of those GPTs in GPT, and obviously Click Campaigns is the next evolution for that. And so you're going to see in ScaleGPT by next week about 10 to 15 quality GPTs that I would use, that I think you would use. And I'm going to get rid of these silly ones that you saw. I don't know if I still have it open, but you saw things like Shark Tank, help you create your pitch for Shark Tank. All those little things was when AI was cool, but we want to get back to the more practical things. This one here called High Ticket GPT. You guys will get access to this, but future members are not. I'm going to pull this out, and this is going to be part of something that we're only going to be doing with our sales team. And so this is so badass, guys. I'm not kidding you. This is something that we're going to be selling as a service to people, that we're going to be building their VSL funnels for them for like $5,000, right? And so what that means is we will interview the customer about their 20 questions. And then what you do is you upload a brand document. It's telling you, go get it here. You click the upload button. You would find a brand-based document with your 20 questions. And then you would put it in here like this. And then you would say, make me a VSL. And this will actually go and write all of the slides for the VSL. This is literally a high ticket service we're going to be providing to people. So you can do this to create your own high ticket backend. It's using reasoning right now in the background. So that's why it's going to take a little while. And then the next thing that it will do back at the beginning of the dashboard, it's literally creating the VSL that is created for something like you saw here. I don't want to get into the numbers of this, but this type of VSL, and I've reverse engineered the copy that makes these VSLs, and this is meant to get people to book onto a calendar, which you could use with Calendar Bug. And then when it's all said and done, you do the same exact thing here to create a script for the salesperson. And I'm not going to tell you the secret sauce that I have here. All I can tell you is that you go to a place like tryclosify.com, and you can this is a marketplace to hire salespeople, and you would tell the salesperson, hey, I've got my product, I want you to help me sell it for $3,000 and make my script. And this will literally write the sales script for the client. Folks, we paid tens of thousands of dollars for this. Great. I see you've uploaded. Yes. I didn't even read the question that it's asking. Oh, I did upload the script, right? Yeah. Let's see if it has it. And we paid. I don't want to get into it. Like, we worked with people to help us build our sales team, and what we have here is reverse engineered, turned into a template. Like a Mad Lib style template that takes all the information about your business, and then it actually writes the script that a salesperson would use. This is gold, right? This is just pure gold here. And so introduction. Hi, is this Jim? Hi, this is Jim from Scale Plus. How are you today? Tells the person what to do and the actual script that they need to say. And this right here, guys, you're going to be getting, you will always have access to, but I'm going to be taking this out eventually. I think this is, honestly, I think it's just too valuable. It's one of our secret sauces that I think I want to keep it as an internal. We created Imager. we're going to keep it in part of the suite. I don't really want to, we're going to have different image platforms that you can use. You'll be able to create, 50 images a month included for free. Let me just see here, because I don't think it's dashboard. Workspace, /workspace. But it's basically an image platform, as you can see, and then you can go into your library and see your different images. I think this is less and less important because you're getting image platforms from ChatGPT and video platforms from Sora, and I just see this as being less and less important. But if you do want to go in there, we're going to have the ability for you to choose different models out there, like Flux and Nano Banana and different things like that. They're very easy now to create image platforms, but I think most of you now are just going to be using anything. But you will have that in your subscription. And let's see, what else is there? There's two more. This one is really cool, TOS Docs. Amanda, have you ever seen that? Were you on one of the demos where I demoed TOS Docs?
I don't remember that one, no.
All right, I'll just show you that one. And somebody is turning these things on, guys. You got to remember, if you click this, you got to click it off. It was on there for like 10 minutes, and it messes up the screen. So I'll show you the last two. I'll send you back, Amanda. And this one I really like. This is TOS Docs. It's a simple little project, but you guys all know when you're done with your website, and sometimes you go to get a merchant account or something, and they're like, oh, you don't have a privacy policy, and you have dead links at the bottom of your site that say privacy policy. Well, take a look at what TOS Docs does for you. TOS Docs does all of your terms of service documents and more. So first off, this will do your cookie banner at the bottom of your website. So if you want to see how it will look, right? And if you want to create a cookie banner, you can come in here, see the different cookie banners that we have, and you can change the buttons and where you want them to apply and all that different type of stuff. You can do a custom one, and then you can now have we accept cookies at the bottom of your website. But even more important is this template library. We have a privacy policy, terms of service, cookie policy, GDPR policy, refund, affiliate agreement, a disclaimer, end user license agreement, and a DMCA policy. And the first thing you want to do before you do that is go and create a website profile. Fill out a couple of things so that this will go into the templates. And so you can see we have one for Monarch Labs here that will automatically propagate these documents. So if I go into the document library, or I can go in here and click new document, but it's usually easier to start with the document library. And then when you're done, let's say you want to get an affiliate agreement, you click create document, and you choose the business that you want to start with, and we're going to use Monarch Labs, and you click next, and you confirm that it's the affiliate agreement. And just like this, in like a second, we just created an affiliate agreement. I can take a look at it here like that. I have the ability to download it in any of these formats here, and I can just copy the embed code. And I could either direct link it, like if I want to just literally just link to this as my privacy policy or my affiliate agreement, you can just link externally, or you could copy this embed code here and just paste it onto a group page, and now you've got your affiliate agreement. The other thing that we do that's pretty cool with this, if you create a document, let's see here, new document, start with this. Let's do a privacy document. Let me see here. Oh, yeah, check this out. If you want to edit the document, what we've created here for you is we have, let me see here. Let me see if I did this right. Oh, yes. Okay. I got it. Okay. So sorry about that. You click show suggestions. You click show suggestions. And what this does is it tells you, hey, this is a template, folks. This is a boilerplate. Be very, very careful if you're going to create a template because we don't know your product or service. So it highlights all of these different things here so that you could go in and just know what specifically needs to be changed in that particular document. Okay, so this is a nice little software that I think you guys are going to love. Peter says, love this. Again, and Matt knows that what we're trying to do with this, we don't want to leak this out there, but creating a software like this, I could create in a day, guys. I could create a software like this in a day. So we don't want to say that your subscription is going to be the next AppSumo. I don't want to say anything like that, but will there be a new app every month, or might we not go and drop an app for 3 months and then 3 months later we drop 3 apps overnight for you? Yes, because the more and more that I'm creating things, I'm like, I need a software to do this. And my thing is, I'm just going to create the software for the Scale Plus members, for the Groove members. I'm just going to go out and create these little things for you guys. So I don't want to commit to creating 2 softwares a month. It's not going to be something like that, but you will get these little software that's like, oh, that's a pretty cool little software. And then we've got the final one here to wrap up this 3.5-hour live stream, and that's a DocSigner, right? So we've created, and I don't think I published that one. I think I do have to go into Replit here and actually go to the app. Wrong one. And go to DocSigner. Let's just let that load up. I don't think I published that to the web yet. Let me see. Publishing. Yeah, I didn't publish that yet. So that's I have to click publish and then connect that with the domain. I should probably, let me just do that now. I'm not going to actually connect it to the domain because the guy's got to get this so that we can fulfill it to you. But let's just preview this so that you can see how this works. And again, what we wanted to do is we wanted to create something we want to move into a go high level was good at, and that's the client services business. So now that we've got the ability for you to find leads, we have the ability for you to use a proper CRM like Pipedrive, which we call Pipe Leads. So you can actually work with people through a Kanban style thing, and then you could send them invoices. We wanted to create something where DocSigner is going to work with Invoicer, where you can send them a contract directly, just like, so you don't have to use a PDF signing DocuSign and pay a subscription for something like that. So I will just rip off this URL here and sign in and show you. This will be available for you in a couple of weeks. So we go to the dashboard here, and like we said, we're going to remove all these restrictions, but you'll go to a document here. You would click upload PDF. You find it on your computer here. Let's see, do I have something that we could use? Well, I do need a PDF, so I'll just use this. We'll just use that because I think you'll get the picture. Give it a little description. You click upload and continue, and now we should be brought to a wizard. Did I do this wrong? Upload and continue. What did I do wrong here? Maybe it was the wrong type of document. Hold on just a second. Oh, oh my goodness. Yeah, I forgot to tell you that we have pre-made agreements for you guys as well. All right. So this is one of the most important features about DocSigner is it's not just a document agreement builder. We have all of these pre-made documents for you. So just like we did with TOS Docs, you create a profile and then you go to these agreements here and you can preview if you want a buy-sell agreement. This very same thing. You want a, let me see here what we got. We have a lot of them. Seriously, guys, we have a lot. So if you create a template, I think this is me as an admin. Let me see here. So let's just say we wanted to do, let's see, a service agreement with our client, right? Here's the sample of it, right? I can use the sample or I can bring it in as a template. And I'm just going to bring it in as a sample. And we click like this. And we choose one of our business profiles. I'll just choose this. And we click create a document. And guys, this is like TOS Docs on steroids. Okay. This is on steroids. And this will tell you like a wizard what you need to fill out in this particular document. And then when you're done, you click download as PDF or start signing. And let me download that as a PDF. Let's just go back to the documents here. Let me see what we did wrong here before. Let's upload one of these documents, give it a name. And
I think the only thing you need to do is add the signers to it.
Oh, did I skip that? All right, let me just see.
Yeah,
Let
you
me
just got to say who's the sender or something to be, I think.
Yeah, let me do a PDF. See what we got here. Let's just do the sales call script blueprint. Put this here, upload and continue. I'm not sure why this upload button is not working. Maybe it's because it's in the production environment. But basically what happens, guys, you have, is there a way for me to preview? Let me see a previous one. Yeah, no, I'll demo this better for you next week.
Yeah, we have to do a little bit of enhancement on it. This one is not.
Oh, didn't somebody work on it, Matt? Somebody was working on this.
Yeah,
right?
we did some enhancement, but this one is still not even in our stage of beta, so we weren't.
Yeah, so they broke it. They broke that part of the wizard when they were working on it. But anyway, what this does after that, guys, it walks you through and it says, what do you want to put here? A name or a date from your pre-made signature people, or you add a person, and then it sends an email to that person, just like DocuSign. And then it tells you when you're done what agreements are out and which ones are complete. So again, what is more important about this is not just that it's a document signer agreement, it's that we have these pre-made agreements for you that you will need in your client services businesses. So now we will help you find the leads, manage the leads in a CRM, handle the invoice, and do the document signing process for you for the customers. And that officially wraps up everything here in Scale Plus. If you want, guys, you get access to this for let me just go back to the dashboard. For just if you're a Groove lifetime owner, you get access to this. Just click the Scale Plus special offer. I'm going to open that in a new window over here. That is lifetime, I believe. Let's see. I have to hide this from the public. And then we're wrapping up.
So I know Mike said we have till the 31st to purchase the product, which is 100% the case for you guys. I just want to say, if you want to buy today, I might reach out to you guys individually and ask for help for a couple tasks, if you feel like it, to help out, test a couple features out. So just, I thought I'd let you know that. And if you don't want to, just tell me no, Matt. I don't have time. So
yeah, there you go. So this offer is for Groove lifetime customers only. You log into the dashboard to get it, and you get it for $299 a year. Your checkout is right here. We take PayPal or credit card to start your subscription. As if you got here late, let's go back to this here. What a long day it's been. I got to let you get home to your kids, Matt. As we said earlier, if you are a lifetime customer of Groove, we're giving you these products for free because we promise them to you automatically. If you are a lifetime customer of Groove AI, you'll be getting this, and this will be taking over Groove AI. And if you bought both, you get access to all of those. And if not, all of these products that we went over, especially Click Campaigns, the most important one, Courses.gg, affiliate pages, DocSigner, and TOS Docs, and all of these products are all included for you for $299. Now, for those of you that are not lifetime customers, and Matt, we got to find out, there's a lifetime link out there somewhere. I'm looking at our transactions today, and somebody bought a lifetime access, and I'm not upset at her, Jenny Newman, and I don't know if she's on this, but maybe she held that page open. She bought a lifetime access to Groove today, and maybe because she wants to get this cheaper subscription for $299. We got to find out where these, maybe you can Google it and find that URL. We don't want that. Okay, so if you are a free member of Groove, you can go to scale.gg/go, and the price for you today is just $299 to get started, and you pay that every 3 months. It's 4 times a year, or you could pay $497 every 6 months. And remember that not only includes these products here that we went over today, these 17 products, it also includes everything fully unlocked in Groove.cm. Remember, Groove.cm now, GrooveSell checkout is now going to be going to a 5% transaction fee for free members on all of your sales. So to avoid that as well, just upgrade for $2.99 every 4 months, four times a year, or $4.97 a year. All right, everybody. So again, call to action for all of you guys and gals. You can just log into Groove, see if you're a lifetime member, click on Scale Plus, and you'll see that offer. As we said, the price of this is going to be going for lifetime members is going to be going to $4.97 a year, and non-lifetime customers are going to pay double that, $4.97 every 6 months. This is the introductory for the intro only. This will be going away. Lock it in now. Just get it over with. It's $2.99. It'll just unlock everything, $2.99 a year. And I also want to say thank you for doing that to help support the future of Groove. Yes, you get all the lifetime products that we promised you. There's new products that we never promised you. Other people are going to be paying $1,200 a year. You pay $300 a year, and you also help with a very small amount. That does help us continue to serve you as a Groove customer, but it's completely optional. All right. So just click that button. Everybody else go to scale.gg/go. And we will be seeing you Thursday at 1 p.m. And we're going to do a congratulations here. Let me get rid of some of the people that didn't want to wait to the end of the live stream. Would be Jenny Newman, Zintra, Brett Fogel, Melvin Eason, Don Schultz, Mary Kay Wade. That's a different Mary Kay today. Brian Kiplinger, Kurt Kluth. And we have Len Thompson, a few more people, and some of you that are going to be redoing your affiliate pages subscription that are contacting John Garcia. So to the 101 of you that have been on for the whole time here, I want to thank you very, very much for making this 3-hour and 43-minute live stream. And I think we're going to wrap this up, and we're going to keep them to about 90 minutes each day. I'm not sure what we're doing Thursday, but remember, we do have a document. Simon, I know it's really late for you. Can you pop that in one more time that has information about all of the pricing and everything they need? And again, if you're a lifetime customer, we can't give you the URL. We don't want to make it public. Just log into Groove and you'll see it. We're making a single sign-on. We've got a lot of work, and by Monday, you should have all of this stuff, all of this stuff completely wrapped up for you guys. All right. And by the way, if I go to app.scale, you can see when you log in, these are the dates when everything is being released. Okay. So Click Campaigns is November 3rd. Courses.gg you'll get, on Monday. Affiliate Pages you'll get Monday. Chatbaser you'll get on the 13th, the 10th, the 10th, the 13th, the 10th, the 10th, the 13th, 13th, 20th, 20th, and 20th. So within three weeks, guys, you'll have access to everything. But we wanted to get out there and just get this out to you. You got the GPT. I don't see the GPT link. I only see the Google Docs link. Simon, I'm sure, is looking that up right now. And Amanda, I want to thank you very much as well. And I think we're just going to end it here, and we're going to play our let's see what we got here. Thanks so much. This was comprehensive. It sure was 4 hours, right? Really appreciate the time and work. Welcome, Sonia. This is the place to be. Thank you, Amy. Appreciate it. All right, Simon, these folks, they got to get some food. They got to take care of the kids. They got to get to soccer practice, whatever it is, order a pizza, go shopping. Let's take us out. Brad Case, really appreciate you, my friend. And Amanda, take care. Simon, take care. We're going to play the music and dance our way out of here. Scale, scale, scale.